TNA Wrestling. Cross the line. Time. It stops for no one and casts an eternal wake on the sea of history. But throughout the ages, a chosen few have left indelible footprints on the tapestry of time, forged a new path of their own creation. Jeff Jarrett, the King of the Mountain, is one such individual, resisting the current that carries most to a bland destiny. He fought boldly, lashed his desire to the helm of adventure, and founded TNA Wrestling. They say adversity introduces a man to himself. Despite unyielding trials and challenges, Jeff Jarrett weathered the tempest of adversity and is now poised to take TNA to the brim of wrestling's brave new horizon. Join us now as we chart the course of this amazing man and his ascension to the peak of wrestling history as Jeff Jarrett, King of the Mountain.
Nashville, Tennessee, July 14th, 1967. My parents divorced when I was 3, and I had an older brother that was 5. He was the intellect, played piano, very gifted at that. I was the athlete, played everything I could get my hands on, football, basketball, track, soccer. I really picked up everything pretty quick, so I was always active outside, into everything. I enjoyed school, believe it or not. Studying never really was real difficult for me, but all I ever wanted to do was play basketball and was a fanatic about wrestling. I can remember, if you want to talk about at a young age being competitive, we had field day every year. Actually, my investment guy was my field day partner. So we've remained since kindergarten, we were friends. We were always good at team events and partner events, and one year, the big upset, we got beat in 5th grade, and I cried my eyes out. Now, you know, I was the big sissy of the school because I cried, but always very, very competitive. When my parents divorced, I lived with my mom. Would see my dad in the summers. Definitely had the wrestling bug at a young age. Started getting pretty rebellious in 7th and 8th grade. 9th and 10th grade, I took it to another level. Played on the high school basketball team 9th, of course, 10th grade, and set the most points in a game. My 10th grade year, I left one school and went to another because I really liked this basketball program that was on the north side of Nashville, and I wanted to go live with my dad. Coach Sarver, that's where I met him.
We had the same high school coach, and he really raised the bar on personal achievement, personal responsibility. And I think he probably, whether he did physically or subliminally, raised that bar and, you know, had high expectations of Jeff. I mean, he was a very good kid. He was very athletic. He was well-liked.
To this day, I still will find myself, not daily, but I'd certainly say monthly, probably weekly, just remembering the drive that Coach Sarver instilled in me and making me realize that if you really, really put your mind to it and work hard, things are going to turn out good, because nothing replaces hard work, nothing. I went to basketball camps Monday through Thursday and wrestling Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I mean, there was definitely no time for girlfriend, anything like that, but all I did was eat, sleep, and play basketball, and wrestling was at that time a hobby. Had a very successful senior year and didn't know really what I was going to do, but a junior college here in town picked me up, and I was trying to figure out what I was going to do with my life. At Aquinas, I was an academic All-American and you know, really enjoyed it. I started every game, but I knew right then, you know, I was becoming a young man, so to speak, and definitely had the wrestling bug, and knew basketball was nowhere in my future. Me and Kevin Nash we're about the only basketball junkies that we know that will still watch a West Coast game at 1 in the morning on TNT and actually watch the end of the game to listen to Charles Barkley still talk trash.
CMA Male Vocalist of the Year, DreamWorks recording artist, Toby Keith. Oh yeah.
Howdy. American girls and American guys will always stand up and salute. We'll always recognize when we see old glory flying. There's a lot of men dead, so we can sleep in peace at night when we lay down our heads. My daddy served in the army, where he lost his right eye, but he flew a flag out in our yard. To the day that he died, he wanted my mother and my brother, my sister and me to grow up and live happy in the land of the free. Now this nation that I love has fallen under attack. A mighty sucker punch came flying in from somewhere in the back. Soon as we could see clearly through our big black eye, man, we lit up your world like the 4th of July. Hey, Uncle Sam, put your name at the top of his list. And the Statue of Liberty started shaking her fist. And the eagle will fly, and it's gonna be hell when you hear Mother Freedom start ringing her bell. It'll feel like the whole wide world is raining down on you. Brought to you courtesy of the red, white, and blue. Where justice will be served and the battle will rage, and this big dog will fight when you rattle his cage. And you'll be sorry that you messed with the U.S. of A. 'Cause we'll put a boot in your ass, it's the American way. Hey, Uncle Sam, put your name at the top of his list. And the Statue of Liberty started shaking her fist. And an eagle will fly, and it's gonna be hell when you hear Mother Freedom start ringing her bell. It'll feel like a...
Wait a minute! What is Jeff Jarrett doing? Well, he got under Jackie Fargo's skin earlier tonight, and I think doesn't want it to stop there.
The lack of this lack of respect that we have seen this entire evening from Jeff Jarrett is sickening.
Toby Keith is a little upset.
What is his problem tonight? I think the word is PO'd is what Toby Keith is.
And so's Jarrett.
Hey, Toby Keith, nobody wants to hear you. Nobody wants to hear you sing. Nobody wants to hear that damn song. So take your angry American ass right out of here.
Speak for yourself, Jarrett.
No, it's time to get the main event going. You haul your ass straight out of here. I've got a world title to win. So beat it, pal.
Jarrett, entrant number 1.
Hey, Toby, I've just got a few words for you and everybody in this building. How do you like me now?
Oh, man. But Toby, point at him, buddy. He wants him. Well, Toby Keith is a big guy. Way to say, he's a big old boy. I wouldn't want to mess with the angry American.
I wouldn't want to mess with Jeff Jarrett. Jeff Jarrett's a former world champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, it is time for your NWA Total Nonstop Action main event of the evening.
Hey,
It's a 20-man gauntlet for the gold for the NWA Heavyweight Championship of the world. One man will enter. Another man will enter every 90 seconds later until there are 2 men left in the ring.
Oh! We're getting started.
already up Bagwell. Buck Bagwell is injured number 2. And remember, NWA representative Jackie Fargo made the ruling that Jarrett had to be the first one. Neckbreaker by Bagwell as he came springing off the ropes.
But Bagwell's a guy who feels he's got a lot to prove here, and I think we're going to see it from him.
You know, it's good to see Buck back at that big injury he had a few years ago. Right. Looking good. It was 1998 that Bagwell suffered that neck injury. injury, out almost a year. Sidelined by a Rick Steiner.
Oh!
Wait a minute, was he eliminated? No, out to the apron, and Jarrett able to catch himself. And think about this, guys. Rick Steiner, the person behind that Bulldog headlock on Buff Bagwell, is in this gauntlet for the gold as well.
Well, it'll be interesting when they get in there together. I'm curious if either of these guys are going to eliminate each other.
Oh, yes! Remember, it's not about pinfalls until we get to the final two competitors.
Somebody tell Buff it's not about posing either. It's about knocking the man out.
Just like that.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bagwell has been eliminated.
Bagwell is out courtesy of the Jarrett backdrop. And Bagwell, a 5-time tag team champion in WCW, once again falls short in his quest for singles gold of the NWA. Referee Armstrong sending Bagwell to the back.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the next entrant in the 20-man gauntlet for the gold.
Who's it going to be?
Lash LaRue!
1998 WCW Rookie of the Year, former WCW Tag Champ, the Raging Cajun. Remember him from the Misfits in Action? Here comes Lash LaRue.
I'll tell you what, Jarrett looks ready tonight, buddy. I mean, he has got so much. But
Now that was through the ropes to the floor, not over the top. As a result, LaRue is still in the contest.
And so Jarrett, because he went out through the ropes.
Back first into the safety rail. That steel middle. Oh, and he just dropped him throat first right across the steel.
Very smart of Jarrett to bring LaRue back in the ring so he can throw him back out again.
Makes a lot of sense. You can't win it from the arena floor. The move that he calls the stroke, throwing face first to the canvas.
Here we go.
Gonna try and send him airborne, and
he's gone.
He's gone.
I mean,
LaRue eliminated. That's 2 opponents for Jarrett, 2 up and 2 down.
Somebody missed in Jeff's Cheerios this morning, buddy. He is just taking them on.
I think it was Jackie Fargo that did it, Don. And he's out here to prove
Lash
something to
LaRue
everybody.
has been eliminated. The next contestant in the gauntlet for the gold, Screamin' Norman Smiley.
The former WCW Hardcore Champion, the master of the Big Wiggle, born in England, an international star throughout the world and in Mexico. And Jarrett, again, great strategy on the part of Jarrett. He's ready, he's waiting for the opposition as soon as they come into the ring. Look at this, there's the wiggle.
And he paid for it.
Not too smart, Norman, not too smart.
Jarrett is all about business tonight, and everybody who's coming down here should realize that.
You can see it in the eyes of Jeff Jarrett. The NWA World's Heavyweight Championship is at stake here. Jarrett, 4-time WCW Heavyweight Champ, in the windup and the big slam by Norman. Jarrett, the 4-time WCW World's Champ, wants to add the NWA gold to his resume.
And you know, I've known Jeff for a number of years. I've never seen a look in his eye like I've seen tonight. There's an intensity there that hasn't been there before.
Yeah, intensity, maybe deranged is a better word for it.
Whatever, if it works, it works. And I haven't seen Jeff this much detail.
Oh, Norman is eliminated. And
Ladies and gentlemen, Screamin' Norman Smiley has been eliminated.
Jeff Jarrett is determined to go all the way in this one.
I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't go through all 19 at this pace.
Malice has been the single most influential factor in this match thus far, shy of Jeff Jarrett, lasting from entrant number 1.
oh, Steiner went for the clothesline, and Malice dropped out. Steiner's out.
There's no way he is alive.
Rick Steiner has been eliminated.
Holy cow.
The countdown clock in the corner. Another competitor coming out.
He is giving it to the ref.
Malice, Jeff Jarrett, and Apollo in the
The
ring.
next entrant in the gauntlet for the gold, Scott Hall.
Whoa!
Oh, no, Apollo
They
back in.
completely missed it.
Scott Hall, former WCW US champ, World TV champ, 5-time World Tag Team champ, and of course 4 times the WWF Intercontinental champion, but never the World's Heavyweight champ. The outlaw, the true outlaws. He calls himself a professional wrestling. Left the WWF recently by mutual agreement, and Scott Hall comes in and is on the verge of eliminating some competition, and he's cleaning house.
You know, Apollo was personal on that top rope. I can't say that that's the smartest thing I'd ever seen. Maybe he thought better of it and came back into the ring.
Oh! Sensational super kick by Apollo stopped Malice in his tracks.
This guy's impressive, man.
Jarrett to the ropes. Hall able to catch him. Is it time for the edge?
Malice is almost gone.
Get him up.
Jarrett up. Oh, yeah. There's only one way to go, and that's straight down.
Oh, great action.
Malice going after Apollo, but Hall's right on Malice.
Smart move by Hall.
The smartest thing would be to eliminate Jarrett. Don't forget, you don't win this by hurting people. You win it by tossing them over the top rope.
Jeff Jarrett has been amazing. 14 competitors have come out. Jarrett, the first man into this gauntlet for the gold as the result of Fargo's ruling, and he's still in there.
Whoa!
What's Toby Keith? Toby Keith has come to ringside.
Is he an entrant?
Nobody's making himself an entrant.
What is he doing in there? He has no business
He's
in
getting
there.
right in the face of Jeff Jarrett.
What is this?
It's Toby Keith. Has Jarrett up.
What is this?
Over with a suplex. Toby Keith just suplexed Jeff Jarrett.
He has just become my favorite country western superstar.
He is the angry American.
Toby Keith should be banned from this building. He should be banned from this broadcast. He has no business.
Jarrett's out.
has been eliminated.
Toby Keith and Scott Hall just eliminated Jarrett.
That is the most bogus thing I have ever seen. What if I went in there and helped Malice throw out Scott Hall?
Yeah, right.
You think that would fly with the NWA?
You're going to get in the ring for I'm not going to hold my breath. And Toby Keith is stalking Jarrett.
Wait a minute. I don't know. That's what I was saying. Jeff Jarrett again.
And Jackie Fargo, NWA official.
Toby Keith.
It's Toby Keith as well.
Toby Keith.
They've got security holding Toby Keith back and Jackie Fargo. Jeff's making friends everywhere he goes tonight. I got to tell you, Jeff's got a beef. He's got a gripe. We've got a new champion, that's true. But if Jeff Jarrett hadn't have gotten screwed by Toby Keith coming in and getting involved with the match, he might have been our new champion as well.
Yeah, well, why don't you tell the people about the disrespect that Jeff Jarrett has shown everyone throughout the entire evening?
Who cares?
That's the biggest bunch of crap I've ever
Now
heard.
what?
Thank
My
you.
entire life.
Now what?
You mean to tell me that the world title is going to be decided by a gauntlet for the gold match? Dory Funk, let me ask you, did you ever win a title in a battle royal? Did you? Harley, did you ever win one of your titles in a damn battle royal? It's a damn joke out here, Bullet, and you know it. All of y'all know it. How in the world can a world title be decided in a battle royal?
He just won't let this go.
Oh, man! God!
Right on us. Look out, Blake.
It's the biggest joke I've ever seen in my
He's down.
entire life.
Damn you, Jarrett!
A world title is decided by a battle royal.
Oh,
What
man.
kind of NW?
We got to get some help here.
Uh-oh. Jackie Fargo, Toby Keith coming out.
Roll on up.
Let me tell you something, you pump. You no good, dirty, rotten, low-down, 14-carat son of a...
Yeah, well, you what?
I've been out of wrestling business. I've been out of the wrestling business for many years. He's a country music singer. But I'll tell you what I'll do, Pally. I'll get somebody out here to whoop your ass next week.
We ain't got to wait for next week. Let's get it on right now.
Scott Hall! Scott Hall!
Oh, my God!
Scott
We
Hall!
ain't got to wait. You want some of me, you damn.
They're going to go at it!
Here comes Scott Hall!
Scott Hall!
Scott Hall and Jeff Jarrett!
Next week, Scott Hall and Jeff Jarrett.
Back in the 40s, my dad's mother, Christine Jarrett, we used to call her Teeny, she made it in a man's world 40 years ago. She went to work in the 1940s for Nick Goulas, a Greek promoter who promoted in this 7-state area. She worked her way from a ticket taker to working in the office as somewhat of a bookkeeper. And then she worked her way up, and she was literally running the back office. My dad was a kid and would come to the matches and sit in the box office. And then he was in high school. Then he started actually promoting towns, and he went from promoting towns to married my mom, went off, had 2 kids, and then came back, back in the business. So my father broke away from Nick Goulas Promotions and started his own promotion, and his mother stayed working for Goulas for a short period of time. At one time, my dad had his new promotion, and his mom was still running the office end of the old promotion. The lady that my dad remarried, Deborah, her father wrestled. So again, someone in the family. And then his brother refereed and wrestled a little bit, Thomas Marlin. So it's in the blood, without a doubt.
The first time I met Jeff in person, his grandmother, Christine, who was the promoter of the matches in Louisville, Miss Teeny, brought him up to the Louisville matches. Jeff was about 12 or 13, and he came up with Miss Teeny. And at the time, my mother and Christine were friends also, and usually after the matches in Louisville, Christine and her driver would stay over at our house on the way to Evansville or Lexington or whatever. And I had wrestling tapes from all over the country already in Japan, and Jeff had never seen Japanese wrestling at that point. It was still new on the tape trading circuit, and so we sat up till about, 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, I guess, watching wrestling on videotape. We'd just come back from live wrestling, and then we watched wrestling on videotape, and then the next day we went to another wrestling show. At that point, I knew here was a kid that, he had the lineage, and he had the genetics for it, and he had the interest and the passion, but at the time he was like 12 or 13. Who would have known, that almost 30 years later, we'd be sitting here talking about, I worked for the company that he founded, so. I
set up the ring in the summers, would go from town to town on the weekends with my grandmother, my dad's mom, and learn how to promote and put out, back in those days, called window cards. You'd go into little small towns, anywhere from Louisville, Kentucky to Jonesboro, Arkansas, but pull into these towns and you'd promote and put up, you go in and buy your radio and your newspaper ads and hang up window cards. And the full card would be on there back in those days, as in the mid-'80s.
That's where he started. Of course, he grew up in the wrestling business, and he was actually working the concession for his grandmother. He told me one time he's actually making more money doing concession than when he first started wrestling. So he wished for a while longer he'd stay with the concession business.
As a kid, going and buying $150 to $200 worth of concession stand supplies, and coming home with $500 or $600. You get out there and work, and it's hot in those buildings back in the summer, 110 degrees, and loved it. Add a little extra salt on the popcorn, so they got to buy the Cokes. all the old promotion tricks. But no, as a kid, I loved that. I was sort of born into the zoo. I was born into a zookeeper. I wasn't one of the animals, but I became an animal, and now I'm sort of both animal and a zookeeper.
A bit of a flurry from Amori. Perhaps he could smell a little blood in the water with Shamrock here. Going again for that full Nelson.
He rocked him with the uppercut. He set him up for the full Nelson. Is he going to be able to take him over?
Shamrock breaks it.
He blocked it. Yes. He drops down. He's got the armbar applied.
Again. He's got it.
Ankle lock. He's got the ankle lock submission on Omori. Omori in the middle of the ring. Where's he going to go? Hold on to it. He can't reach the ropes. Wait a minute. Jeff Jarrett. He's got a steel chair.
That's the man who thought he should have an NWA.
What the heck? What the hell's going on?
Jeff Jarrett. Jeff Jarrett is out of control. Harley races. Harley A-type. Good Lord. Oh my God.
This guy.
Stop this maniac.
Absolutely freaking crazy.
He's deranged.
Jeff Jarrett is going after everybody in there. This is what happens when he doesn't get what he wants.
Oh my God.
Harley races down.
Security members out. Each one of them eating the steel chair.
Like anything I've ever seen.
Another NWA rep, Bullet Bob Armstrong at ringside.
He's wiped out 3 security guards.
Jarrett, you're out of control. You've lost your mind.
You won't. He's gonna run it so that he never fights again. What What is he doing?
Shamrock's getting up.
No!
Bad move!
God! He does not even know who he is. This is unbelievable.
I think he knows exactly who he is. He's the man that should have an NWA title shot tonight.
Look at the carnage.
He's making
Look at
everybody
the carnage
pay.
around this ring. The dented chair, the steel chair from Jeff Jarrett.
What is this?
Oh, damn it, Jeff, enough!
That's it!
Oh my God.
Take him out of here!
This is a 6-6 situation.
He is absolutely out of control.
All you want.
Absolutely
There's Bullet
out of control.
Bob Armstrong from the NWA.
Yeah, you do it all you want.
Oh, there's Harley Race. My God. The world's heavyweight champion. Ladies and gentlemen, the match, I guess, has been ruled a no contest because of the interference here. I can't imagine what else is going on, but oh. Bullet Bob now over to check on Harley Race as we see Shamrock in the ring.
He's struggling to.
Jarrett has snapped.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, now what?
Jeff Jarrett.
Jeff Jarrett back out here. I mean, we're trying to wrap this show up. We're trying to give you a preview of what's going to happen next week.
Maybe this is a preview.
Now what?
Screw the church. Screw you today and screw NWA. I want my damn title shot. You mark my words. Next week, I will get a title shot. Screw the church. I deserve one. Screw the Titans. I'm a winner. I'm a damn winner, Wycheck.
That's the Tennessee Titans right there.
They had their shot at the Super Bowl, and they blew it. When I get my...
Oh, my God. Good Lord. Good Lord. He's... God almighty. What is this? The Titans have come out.
What is this?
Take Jarrett down. My God.
I'm telling you.
What is this?
Jarrett fighting him up. He's calling for his teammates.
Look at this.
Jarrett has got to be out of his mind going after these guys.
Tennessee Titans. Look at this. It is down to the mud hole, Jarrett. Oh, my God.
No.
The church is out of control.
It's a Malice. What is happening?
Malice and Jarrett.
I can't believe what I just see. Malice and Jarrett. What is going on here?
We gotta get out of here. We'll see you next week.
Don't miss it.
My real earliest memories were going with my dad to the matches. We went to Birmingham one time, and there was a guy named Crazy Luke Graham. And I remember peeking through the curtains on each corner, and I look over there, and I'm maybe 11, and I look down there, and he's got all this crazy hair, and he just lets out this big scream and scared the out of me. I ran back down to the dressing room and didn't say anything, but of course, all the guys knew what I was running from. Bill Dundee and Jerry Lawler, they were the, Dundee had some national fame, but Lawler, of course, worldwide fame. And to this day, I think he is definitely one of the top 5 most talented guys that I've ever seen in this business, because there's nothing he can't do in it, period. There was so much talent that literally was made, and that the guys were great wrestlers, but their personas were developed right here. Sting and the Ultimate Warrior, and I'm sure this story's been told many times before. They drove to my house Thanksgiving Day of 1985 and knocked on it. And I remember I was up on the 2nd floor, and I looked down and see these guys get out of this car. And I'm working with Sting today. So you can imagine how far our relationship goes back, but this guy's a monster. These two guys were humongous.
Because of his dad, because I got to start with his dad, and I've always been loyal to the Jarrett family.
They worked in my father's promotion for several months, and the genius that my old man is, and he'll laugh about it today, is he fired both of them because he didn't think they had potential. Well, within about 3 years, one was a champion for Turner, for the Atlanta organization, the other was a champion for WWF, and that just shows you the crazy business we're in.
I was at Jerry Jarrett's big house in 1981, and I saw this blonde-headed, skinny kid that was making himself something to eat in the kitchen. And Jerry goes, "That's my son, Jeff." And that's the first time I met him, so I don't know if that makes me old or him young then or what, but it was a long time ago, and yeah, it's funny, it's one of the few things I do remember.
Savage was running a promotion up in eastern Kentucky, and he was on his last leg. Things were tough, and he started showing up at at this territory, my father's promotion. Started showing up at their matches. So it got hairy, but this took it to a whole nother level with guns being involved. And it was, you know, everybody's going to say, oh, there ain't no guns involved. Well, I've lived it. I can assure you things, because they were talking about, back in those days, things were very different. You're talking about livelihoods. But then him and my old man worked out an agreement, and Jerry Lawler and Randy Savage had mega success, box office. They wrestled each other for months and months and months. And Randy got the call from Vince McMahon. The rest is history for Randy. He went on to WWF and multi-time champion, and Elizabeth was his girlfriend in this territory. Never dreamed that she would be on TV.
Anybody that you can think of that was a big star came through the Mid-South. You had to come through the Mid-South. I mean, Hogan, everybody, if you were going to make it anywhere.
Yeah, if you wrestled at that time, at some point in your career, you ran through the Mid-South Coliseum.
Hulk Hogan came into this area. I think he'd come up from Alabama. He went from here, I think, on to Vern Gagne, to Japan, to Rocky, to WWF. The rest is history. So Hulk, Savage, The Rock, I knew as a kid.
I remember when the first time that we saw The Rock. I remember the first night he went on stage and he got a microphone in his hand, and I went, oh my goodness, we are seeing, and I think, you know, Ron and Don, you know, that was a perfect example of us seeing someone who literally, we knew this guy was going on to great things.
And then when Rock was in high school, his dad came back to work here, and I was wrestling at the time. So it was me and the Nasty Boys, and the Nasty Boys picked on The Rock. I never did. I wasn't big enough. Rock was big back then. Stone Cold Steve Austin. Literally, my dad handpicked him out of a wrestling school with Chris Adams and said, and of course, with Chris's tremendous influence, but it was, let's go with this guy. Steve was off and running in the business there. Another very, very hard worker. He doesn't like me worth it, but if he only knew the decisions that were made back then, he wouldn't believe them today, but I can assure you it's the gospel. The Road Warriors came through this area. I can remember there was a wrestler named Coco Beware, which is the Birdman. Well, before he became the Birdman, he was a fiery, incredible athlete. And the fans really loved him here. And they did a storyline one time here where he got the world title shot. And Ric Flair came to town. Back then it was the traveling champion. And Flair came to town and wrestled Coco in Memphis. And that, to this day, if people would go back, I've stole things from that matches because it was unbelievable electricity in the building because there was so much excitement that Coco was getting his shot, and the people literally thought he was going to win the world title that night. It was just great drama, and that's really the essence of what our business is about.
The following contest is your main event of the evening. Making his way to the ring, weighing in at 262 pounds, Scott. Well, guys, it's all about revenge. It's all about retribution for wrestling's real outlaw, Scott Hall. After twice being the target of brutal attacks at the hands of Jeff Jarrett, Scott Hall pleaded. He lobbied with the NWA and Ricky Steamboat. Lift the suspension, and the NWA complied with the request, and as a result, Scott Hall gets his chance at Jeff Jarrett now, tonight.
And you also know Scott Hall, if you noticed, brought his own
and his
stretcher.
opponent from Nashville, Tennessee, weighing in at 238 pounds, Jeff Jarrett. Well, Scott Hall has felt what it's like to leave the arena twice on a stretcher, and he has brought his own stretcher. And here we go. Right. Scott Hall, rightfully so, not waiting, even before the opening bell, running up the ramp and on the attack, and Jeff Jarrett is reeling. Series of right hands from Hall, and down goes Jarrett.
That's hardly fair. Jarrett didn't even come out the doorway.
Don't even
and
talk to
Scott
me
Hall
about what's hardly fair when Jeff Jarrett's involved. Face first, head first into the steel step.
He deserved to have his music played after all the things he's done.
Oh, don't take the man's music away. Don't give me that crap. Jeff Jarrett's been screwed from day one.
Right here at the broadcast table, Scott Hall just sent Jarrett in. Caught him, jacked his jaw with that right hand.
Scott Hall promised he was going to get
another one.
Scott Hall's been all over Jeff Jarrett from the moment this match started, from the moment Jeff's music hit, and hasn't let him come up for air yet.
Right hand again.
Jarrett to get to his feet, and as soon as he does, he drops him with another right hand.
Scott Hall has got an axe to grind out here tonight. He's got a lot of frustration over the times that Jarrett sent him out on a stretcher. He wants to return the favor tonight. Brought his own stretcher just to make sure. Let's see if he can do it.
Oh, man, no!
Got him again with another right off the ropes, and again sends him off. Jarrett able to slide through, comes up and gets knocked right down again.
Jarrett can't get his game together. Hall has had him off balance for moment one. The two ducks.
Goes airborne, has him.
Go.
There it is. Fall away.
Slam.
Slammed him to the mat, and Jarrett rolls out to the floor.
Very wisely. Take a breather, Jeff. Keep moving. He's behind you. Keep moving, Jeff. You gotta get your head together. He's not leaving, Don. He's trying to get his head together. He never even had a chance to arrive.
Yeah, Scott Hall following him up the ramp, and there you see backstage area here at the TNA Arena, and down the steps goes Jarrett. There goes Hall again with more rights.
To the back. Come here, Jarrett. This is the backstage area here in the TNA Arena.
Jarrett has had this beat. Man, he just smashed Jerry Lynn, I think.
The rest is walking out of the building goes down because of that. It was Jerry Lynn, I think you're right. Now hit him, look at that, right out the door.
I'll tell you what, Jarrett is getting the ball.
Very smart. Picks up one of the set off like from jive talking.
Yeah, just broke it over Hall's back.
Where is this going? I mean, these got Scott Hall out for blood here. Jeff Jarrett, he's just trying to survive. He's been off balance from moment one. He has got to get it back together. He's got to get his head straight. Not to mention the fact that we don't know what happened to Jerry Lynn. He looked like he took a serious bump in the face back there when Jarrett shoved it.
Look at Jarrett crawling on hands and knees through the backstage area, down the ramp.
Now I know why Steamboat gave Hall the match. Because he knew how prepared Hall was.
You know, with each right hand, you can feel the revenge. You can feel the payback from Scott Hall for those two stretcher trips. And now Jarrett stops the offensive momentum. Face first into the steel.
You know, with each shot from Jarrett, you can feel the frustration that Jeff Jarrett has felt from day one here at TNA. He was screwed in the first segment of the first show.
They're right in the middle of the crowd.
They're going into the crowd.
They're right in the middle of the crowd.
And that is what set the tone for Jarrett's new attitude here. He is not taking any prisoners.
I can't really see what's going on.
I know the battle is raging on all throughout the arena. The fans are all on their feet. The excitement level of this matchup incredible as Jarrett comes back over the steel. Now into the ringside area, and Hall follows him and just begs him to get up so he can hit him again.
Like Scott Hall said earlier tonight, he said he's going to pin Jeff Jarrett's shoulders to the mat. Then he said he's going to personally put Jeff Jarrett on a stretcher the way that Jeff Jarrett did to him twice before.
And here he goes. He's got
grabbing the stretcher right now.
Perhaps he forgot the order.
Look out! Baseball slide. Stretcher goes right into Scott Hall.
This could be the turning point that Jeff Jarrett needs.
Look out! Using that stretcher now as a weapon.
Scott Hall had to know. That was a possibility, bringing that out here. As a matter of fact, I'm sure Scott Hall he's got the stretcher taped across. Those stretchers are designed to hold hundreds of pounds of weight.
Drops down from the ring apron.
They are unforgiving when you've got somebody draped over them like that.
The momentum has switched here, guys. The momentum has switched drastically.
And think about it, when Hall went to pick up that stretcher, just that momentary opening is what Jarrett needed, and he's taken advantage, and the tide has turned, and Jarrett now in control.
That's the kind of player Jeff Jarrett is. You give him the slightest fraction of a second of an opening, he's going to take it, whether it be by instinct or whether it be by the fact that he meditates it, but he's going to take every opportunity that he can. He's that damn good.
I'd hate to see him get his head cleared. It looks like he has, because Jeff has been on a rampage, a psycho rampage for the last 6 weeks, and he wants somebody.
And rightfully so, he's been on a psycho rampage.
Check this out.
Got the stretcher draped across the second rope in the corner. Scott Hall goes,
back first into the stretcher.
Stretcher goes down, so does Scott Hall.
A couple more of those, and there will be a stretcher to carry anybody out.
Jarrett bringing the stretcher back
into the ring. Now what?
Referee Scott Armstrong apparently allowing a little leeway here. I guess he said if Scott Hall wants to have Jarrett taken out on a stretcher, again into the stretcher.
But you know what?
And if Scott Hall wants to have Jeff Jarrett out on the stretcher, if Scott Hall brought the stretcher out here, Scott Armstrong's probably saying, okay, fine, Scott Hall brought it, he wants it out here, he's got to deal with it both ways, given or take.
That's right. They both asked for this.
Stacking the stretcher up in the corner.
We're the ones that get to enjoy it.
Jarrett caught him with a big right. Fans are screaming, go Scott, go.
Go Scott, go home if you know what's good for you. Jarrett's got a message for the ringside fans.
Jarrett has got the momentum here.
Wait a minute. There goes your momentum. Stretcher first.
Is he going back? Back into it.
Here comes Scott Hall, buddy.
Scott winding up.
Got him with another right hand, and down goes Jarrett.
You know, if Jeff wouldn't have been giving the signal to the fans and finished him off, it might be over right now. But now Scott's got his win back.
See if he can take a move out of the Jarrett playbook. He's got the stretcher draped across the room. Oh! He just won up Jeff Jarrett.
Mamma mia.
Yeah, one went up there all right today.
Hall now with the stretcher. Across the back of Jarrett.
Scott Hall is definitely getting his revenge here tonight.
Yeah, this is what we've been waiting weeks for.
This is not what Jeff Jarrett's been waiting weeks for.
No, but it's what the world has been waiting for weeks to see.
You know what?
Somebody take it to Jeff Jarrett like this.
Well, you know what? What, is everybody so upset that Jeff Jarrett's had the upper hand on people over these past few weeks? That's a bunch of crybabies today.
Yeah.
Scott Hall's a big crybaby because Jarrett got the
Dropped him throat first across the stretcher. Upset at what he has done and how he's accomplished it.
Yeah, upset at the fact that Jarrett beat him twice already. Had him taken out on a stretcher twice. Scott Hall doesn't want to be one up. Scott Hall says, well, I got to send Jarrett out on a stretcher too.
Man, this is hardcore.
He just speared him in the head with that stretcher.
There's the signal.
Could be.
Is he going to
take
the
him
edge?
up. They take him up in the edge. Put him away, Scott. Put him away. He's got him up in his shoulders. Pick him up. Drop him. There's the edge. Cover him. One, two. Wait, what the hell is this?
Scott Armstrong.
What the hell? That's the truth.
Oh, come on.
The truth just pulled the referee out of the ring.
Run. The truth killing, making his presence felt yet again here tonight.
Axe kick to the back. Now he puts Jarrett on top. Wait a minute. No. He got the shoulder.
He got the shoulder.
Here's Monty Brown. Monty Brown has stopped the truth.
The alpha male. He is. Look at that. Boy, it's Jerry Lynn
back. No. Slingshot into the splash by Jerry Lynn.
Payback for that little bump in the back.
There we go.
Cover.
Call this one.
Cover one,
two.
Well, look at this.
We still have money.
Around ringside. AJ Styles just potato Jerry Lynn.
AJ Styles is getting involved.
Yes.
AJ Styles to the top.
Oh my gosh.
AJ. That's Don Harris.
Everything Don Harris.
Oh, he just threw Styles off the top.
Here comes.
Now we got some.
My God. All hell is broken loose here.
Just think next week.
Look at this.
We're going to get to see all of these guys again.
Slash and Malice
are all over
on the attack. They're going to be the first blood match next week, but they're not going to wait till next week.
In the ring, Jarrett and Hall crawling over to each other.
Look at this. What do you even want here?
Jarrett sends Hall in. Collision. Both heads collided. Both men are down.
Who can get it together enough to crawl over and cover their opponent?
Folks at home don't know this, but we got fights going on in the stands with the Truth and Monty Brown, AJ Styles and Jerry Lynn, all these people that we're going to see next week.
As well as Don Harris and the Disciples. And look at the count from Armstrong. Concentrate on the match in the ring. He's at 6.
One of these guys has got to get it together. Jeff, suck it up.
It's at 7.
Jeff,
who's going to get up? Or is anybody going to get up? Hall slowly rising to his feet. Jarrett as well. Hall's up first. Jarrett up the ropes. Blocked it. Caught him. Drilled him with the right.
Another one. Another one.
Hall's got the upper hand here.
Discus punch by Hall. Jarrett is down. Put him away.
Here it is.
What is he messing messing around with the stretcher for? Cover him, Scott. If you know anything, you oh!
The ref just got smashed.
Went to use the stretcher almost like a clothesline.
Jeff Jarrett just drop kicked the stretcher into Scott Hall's face. Unbelievable.
He's still the chair. He's got the chair. Not again.
If a stretcher's legal, a chair is legal. Hall started.
Who made you the referee?
Nobody.
Jarrett's got the steal.
There is no
Jarrett's got the
referee.
steal. It's a dragon. Ricky Steamboat.
Oh, Steamboat just missed it.
And it rebounded back off the ropes, and it knocked Jarrett out. Can you believe that?
Unbelievable.
Referee Steamboat.
Ricky Steamboat's
trying to revive Scott Armstrong, our referee.
Armstrong, and look at that, Scott Hall.
Scott Hall's up to his feet. Scott Hall busted.
Here it is.
Now Scott Hall's going to use the chair. Oh, but it's okay now today. It's okay for Scott
because
Hall
Jarrett brought it in the ring.
And Hall brought the
Line it up. Line it up.
Oh,
Ricky
Steamboat trying to stop him.
Oh, the stroke on the chair.
There's a cover. One, two.
No way.
That's what I call justice.
No.
That is justice.
Jeff Jarrett.
I don't believe it.
No way.
No, I don't believe it.
No way.
Scott Hall's prophecy did not come true. And now Jeff.
Oh, he's got the stretcher. We're running out of time. We're running out of time. Oh, he's got. We gotta go.
When I broke in, see, how I learned about the wrestling business was keeping my mouth shut and sitting in the back of a car, making this long trip with two grizzled old veterans sitting in the front seat telling me to shut the hell up. But I accepted that because if you want to get an education in wrestling, that was the best education I could have ever gotten. And it was free, and I enjoyed it. And Jeff went through much the same thing when we had a veteran. He'd watch you match that night, and you'd come back out, and on the way, say you may have a 2-hour trip back to your home or your base, or a 3-hour trip. But that whole time, a lot of it was spent critiquing what you did. And you didn't have to pay, it was, you know, they talk about developmental now. That was developmental in those days. Jeff, same thing. Jeff would ride and he would listen, and that's how you learn. But you didn't necessarily learn so much wrestling, you learned how to present yourself. How to present yourself as a star, which is basically half the battle.
The strut that I do today, a lot of people say it's from Flair, and quite frankly, I wouldn't. That's an insult when people tell me I'm copying Flair's strut, because I watched as a kid a guy by the name of the fabulous Jackie Fargo, who really knew how to strut. He's by far the best strutter in the business, bar none. Ask Lawler that, he'll tell you the same thing. Nobody could strut like Jackie, but to me, there's sort of three guys that I patterned, or not patterned, really took not so much my wrestling style, but the mentality of stepping into the ring and when you've got to perform in front of people, and that's my dad. It's Jerry Lawler and Jackie Fargo. I could sit out here for hours and tell you funny, fabulous Jackie Fargo stories. I mean, one after another after another. I got to tell you a quick one. He had the long blonde hair, and back in those days, of course, 2-lane highways, it wasn't the big interstates, but he had the long blonde hair, and just for fun, he'd run like hell in his Cadillac, go 120 miles an hour and get way up in front of the other guys, because everybody took the same path on the way home. He'd park his Cadillac in some driveway, then all of a sudden, get out, no clothes on again, hair blowing in the air, and he's always tan because he tanned, but also had like a bikini line. Them truckers would come by and he'd be waving with their back ear. Them truckers, slam all the brakes. Fargo had some I mean, very entertaining road stories. And those guys, they were together much more than they were at home because they're on the road. I mean, all the time, in a car, not in a plane, in the car. So another guy that I got to know very good and really respected things about what was in his mind was Handsome Jimmy Valiant. Real cool, mild-mannered, collected, and all that, and I got to know him. But the first time I met him, I walk in the dressing room, and I'd seen the Handsome Jimmy that, of course, everybody had seen on TV, and the Boogie Woogie Man from New York City, or Handsome Jimmy, and loud and boisterous, and just over the top, and the people loved him, and he was one of my favorites. The reason I point this out is Jimmy would walk in, walking slower than molasses. You know, it was just his persona. But when he went through the curtain and the red light came on, he knew how to get it done. And that is something that very few individuals really get in their head that when the red light comes on, you are the character that's in your mind. All great talents, they're really playing an extension of their personality, but Jimmy knew how to do that to the umpteenth degree. But to me, Fargo and Lawler and my old man knew what was important to be a great performer.
And this is it, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we have been waiting for. NWA World's Heavyweight Championship matchup is just moments away. First, let's take a look at the two competitors in the tail of the tape. Jeff Jarrett and The Truth. Pretty even as far as height and weight go. Slight advantage to Jeff Jarrett. Huge advantage as far as experience. No question, it's Jarrett's moment of truth. You heard what Ron Killing said earlier. Who's willing to pay the greater price? That individual walks out of the TNA Asylum with the title. And here comes the challenger. On the surface, it appears that this NWA title match has been his quest for over 5 months. But ladies and gentlemen, the reality is that for Jeff Jarrett, this is a matchup that has been a lifetime in the making. He's been WWF Intercontinental Champion. He's held the WCW World Heavyweight title. But the one belt that has eluded him throughout his 16-year career is the NWA World's title, the belt that he's dreamed about since his childhood. And now it's time for the champion, the reigning NWA title holder, Ron Killings.
Come move the thing. Did it once before and I'ma do it again. I be kicking it up for you lame ass redneck. Y'all knuckleheads better give me respect. I'm the one, blow upside your mouth. I don't like none of y'all, how you like me now? Good Lord, try your luck, you're getting toast. Y'all knuckleheads don't want me to set it off. If I was from this town, I wouldn't brag. All of y'all in Nashville can kiss my ass.
Since pinning Ken Shamrock back on August
I'm the man around here.
He has been the man in NWA TNA. 3.5 months reign as the world's champion. Successful title defenses against Scott Hall, Kurt Hennig, Jerry Lynn, Low-Key, Monty Brown. But tonight, it's Ron Killing's toughest challenge to date. An experienced opponent, a man that has been involved in dozens of high-profile matchups. And let's go to our ring announcer, Jeremy Borash.
The following contest is sanctioned by the National Wrestling Alliance in cooperation with Total Non-Stop Action. When the bell rings, the man in charge, NWA Senior Official, Mr. Scott Armstrong. And now, ladies and gentlemen, from the TNA Asylum in Nashville, Tennessee, it's time for your main event of the evening. First of all, the challenger, standing 6 feet tall, weighing in at 237 pounds. He is a former WWE Intercontinental Champion, a former 4-time WCW World Heavyweight Champion, and the current #1 contender for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship from Hendersonville, Tennessee. This is the challenger, Jeff Jarrett.
This is what he's been waiting for. This is what he's been pointing to. A chance to win the big belt.
And introducing the current reigning and defending NWA Heavyweight Champion of the World from Charlotte, North Carolina, weighing in at 230 pounds. He is undefeated as the Heavyweight Champion of the World. This is Ron, the Truth Killings.
He certainly seemed to be ready for Jeff Jarrett. When we spoke to him earlier today,
Remember how he worded it. Who has more passion? Who wants it more? Who is willing to pay the greater price? As Scott Armstrong brings the two together.
Rules of this individually with you. Truth. This is for the heavyweight championship of the world, and I want to remind you of two rules. One, if you're disqualified, you lose your belt. Two, if you are counted out, you lose your belt. With that in mind, gentlemen, please go to your corners and come out fighting.
And here we go. There's the belt. Referee Scott Armstrong displays it for the world to see.
You mentioned the passion, Mike. Ron the Truth Killings has shown the passion. He's fought so many demons, so many, oh, what's the word I'm looking for? Politically incorrect feelings that he's felt to get this title. He holds it, the first black champion in the NWA. And now he has to retain it against somebody that's wanted this belt, has pursued it. It's his dream of a lifetime.
The close-up look at a very serious Jeff Jarrett. Talk about a game face. That's exactly what Jarrett has on at this point. And here we go.
Tell you what, being that we're here in the hometown area of Jeff Jarrett, he is the crowd favorite.
And not only the hometown, but think of this. The first time that Jeff Jarrett ever stepped into a wrestling ring, and by the way, he was a referee, it was in this building, the TNA Asylum here in Nashville, Tennessee. So much history in this building, so much history that revolves around the entire world of professional wrestling, and so much history that relates to the challenger, Jeff Jarrett.
But if Ron the Truth Killings can retain the belt and walk out of here the champion still, he will have shown the world he can take on any opponent. Like you said, he's gone from low-key to Scott Hall to Kurt Hennig to Monty Brown, everybody. How many more challenges will he have? Because he will have faced them all.
And keep in mind, in Jeff Jarrett, you have a #1 contender that is totally focused on taking away the Truth's prized possession.
He was so focused earlier today, he wouldn't even grant you an interview, Mike.
Yeah, he declined an interview. We spoke with the Truth, as you saw at the top of our broadcast. Total concentration from the challenger. Flowed over by the champ, ducks the clothesline, doubles him over with a boot to the midsection, tries to send him off. It's reversed by Jarrett, and the Truth unleashes a flying forearm smash that sends Jarrett out to the floor. Time to regroup, reconsider his strategy.
He's got to get it. He's got to get his mind right there. Smart move by Jarrett. Getting out of the ring, getting the focus. He knows he can't be counted out there.
Last week, ladies and gentlemen, you heard Jeff Jarrett mention the names of many of the ex-NWA champions through the year. Sting, Ric Flair, Great Muta, Ricky Steamboat, Dusty Rhodes, Harley Race, The Funks, Lou Thez. They've all worn this NWA World Heavyweight Championship belt that is emblematic, that is symbolic of the #1 competitor, the #1 wrestler in the NWA, in the National Wrestling Alliance, and in NWA TNA. Win the belt, and you're the man.
Scott Armstrong, the referee, tells Jarrett to get back in the ring. And now a little taunting here by Ron the Truth.
I think the champion is trying to get the challenger maybe off of his game. And I think he just lit the fire right under Jarrett.
Did you notice that Ron the Truth took his eye off John? What a kick!
Took his eye off. He almost took his head off.
You got that right. What a kick by Jarrett. Yo!
Time to strike. They saw it for years in this town with Jackie Fargo, and they see it with Jeff Jarrett as well.
Unbelievable. I'm going to tell you, like you mentioned, Ron the Truth Killing is going to have to use every one of his faculties, mental and physical, because nobody has wanted the heavyweight title more than Jeff Jarrett. From week 1, he felt it was his.
And he may also need to use a shortcut, as he just did with the low blow that stops Jarrett. Takes him down to the mat, and look at Killings unleash those right hands. Repeated shots to the head of Jarrett, laying him in.
Well, let's face it, Killing is no stranger to using dirty tactics. I mean, we've seen him use his belt to hang people outside of the ring. We've seen him do everything that you can do. He's gonna need it all right here.
Jarrett in trouble at this point of the matchup. A very confident and a very calm champion, Ron Killings. Looks like he's going in for the kill. Drops the elbow across the back of the head.
And Killings knows he's not in luck here in the asylum. Why would he be? Every time he has an edge, he comes out here and trashes the natives of this town.
Jarrett gets to his feet. Killings sends him off into the corner.
The Truth was ready for that. Look at the grin on his face.
He's got him up. Power slams him down. Right into a cover.
Two. Kick out by Jarrett.
You can just feel the tension. You can feel the emotion here in the TNA Asylum as these two warriors continue their battle for the NWA title. And Jarrett quickly gets to his feet, and Jarrett fights back with rights.
Just when you thought the Truth was taking control.
Look at that, avoids the clothesline. Boot to the midsection, doubles him over, and arrows kick to the back of the head.
He is.
He's calm, he's cool, he's the champ, he's in control, he goes for the cover. Two.
I mean, his facial expressions, Mike. I mean, he's just grinning in the ring like a Cheshire cat. It's almost like he knows he's in control of this match. He knows he's the champion. He's retained the belt through so many great matches. And he's not fearing Jeff Jarrett, I'll tell you that.
Jarrett tries to come back. Killings says, no, I stopped you. We've seen the enziguri kick from Jarrett before, well scouted by Killings, who not only avoids the kick, but then turns it into a figure four leg lock, one of Jeff Jarrett's pet moves.
Oh, man, he is studied for this match. He is ready for it. Oh, look at the pain in Jarrett's face. He knows he can't submit.
Jarrett trying to fight through the pain, but keep in mind, this is one of Jeff Jarrett's favorite moves. So who would know better how to counter this move than Jeff Jarrett? Let's see if he's able to do that. Referee Armstrong almost counting the shoulders of Jarrett down. He got to two before Jeff was able to get that shoulder up.
Fighting it with everything he's got. There it is again.
And another 2 count. You made a great point earlier about how Ron Killings has obviously been watching Jeff Jarrett's every move, studying videotape prior to this match. Anything in an effort to gain the edge, and Jarrett's going to try and roll him over here, and if he can do that, he might take control of the figure four. And look at Killings. Watch Killings cap off the leg of Jarrett to try and fight back.
Oh, he's doing it though.
He's got him rolled over.
He does.
Power is now with Jarrett. Referee Armstrong checks with the Truth. Is the Truth going to tap? Is the Truth going to submit?
Like you said, who knows better than Jeff Jarrett how to combat his own move? Oh, wait a minute. The Truth's got the rope.
Desperation move by the Truth. Reaching out to grab that bottom rope, that bottom steel cable, to get the rope break from referee Armstrong.
Both having to try to regroup here, but not the Truth. He just comes right back at Jarrett.
Reversal sends Killings into the corner, able to get the boot up. Every time that you see Jarrett appear to take control, Killings is there. Can this be the move? Backdrop suplex by Jarrett. Both men are down.
This is for all the marbles, folks.
Doesn't get any bigger than this in NWA TNA.
This isn't just to walk out here with a belt. It's to walk out here with the belt.
And it's to walk out with a belt that has 53 years of history behind it. Armstrong puts in the count. The Truth gets to a knee. Jarrett as well. Both men are on their feet.
Oh! Great right there by... There's another one by Jarrett. Oh!
Reversed, however, by Killings.
Oh!
Star drop powerbomb 2.
Oh! That was so close. Crowd yelling that was 3.
Both men digging down deep. Both men now realizing not only the importance of this matchup, but the importance of what's at stake, the World's Heavyweight title, as Jarrett pounds repeatedly, shots to the head. Oh, referee Armstrong
got hit.
Yeah, I think he took an elbow or something as Jeff Jarrett checks with him.
I mean,
Ron Killings out here to the arena floor.
I've never seen this side of Jarrett. What's that? Ron Killings just took Jerry Borak's chair.
Steel chair in the hands of Ron Killings.
I've never seen this side of Jarrett.
Referee Armstrong has been blinded. Jarrett's got the chair, however. And he just took a free shot. Steel chair to the head of Killings. 1, 2.
No! The champion fought it off! The champion fought it off! The crowd wanted a 3. I don't know how he's done it, but somehow Jeff Jarrett has got the crowd on his side.
Gonna try the stroke here. Can he do it? Can he put Killings away with the stroke? Here it is. Stopped by Killings. Again, we see how Ron Killings has so closely scouted his opponent. Jarrett tries to suplex him over. Killings lands on his feet. Killings takes over.
Oh, man!
Has him elevated, drops him down, front suplex.
He's not giving up this title lightly, I'll tell you that. He's the champ. 1, 2. Oh, he got his foot on the rope.
That's the experience edge. That's the ring awareness that Jeff Jarrett brings to this matchup.
And thank goodness for the awareness of referee Scott Armstrong to catch that, because we could have heard the 3.
Killings out to the ring apron. Killings is going to go high risk. Surprise move by the champ at this point. He must feel that he has Jarrett in trouble. Jarrett falls back conveniently.
This match it's almost like watching warfare, the strategic strategies that they're using.
Jarrett says, it's time to finish him off. It's time for the stroke again.
Stroke, the crowd yelling for it.
Hit the stroke, win the match. He's got him. Drives him down face first. Gonna go for the cover. 1, 2.
No!
Only 2.
You've got to be kidding.
Jarrett can't believe it.
I can't believe it. He got his shoulder up.
Jarrett not happy with referee Armstrong's cadence of the count, but it was only 2. They roll out to the floor. Jarrett follows up the attack. Reversed by Killings. Oh! Jarrett went face first right into that steel rail.
Both these guys got to make sure they don't lose their focus. They don't lose sight of what's at stake.
That unforgiving steel ring post. As Jeff Jarrett, his head went right into the... Ron Killings losing his focus, dealing with some of the ringsiders around here. My God, Jarrett's been busted open.
Busted wide open.
Face first into the steps. And
right here.
The truth. Driving those, good God. Good God, driving those right hands right into the face of Jarrett.
I got blood all over.
Jarrett's a bloody mess.
It's unbelievable.
Got blood over my shirt.
Into the rail.
God.
Jarrett pouring blood.
Right over, right into the crowd.
Oh, man.
Killings now following up the attack, following up the assault as referee Armstrong goes throughout the crowd.
Trying to get some sort of order here.
Good Lord, look how Jarrett's been split wide open.
Totally, oh, man. I mean, that was a wicked cut that he took when he hit the corner post of the ring.
Chair shot to the back by Jarrett stops Killings' assault. Referee Armstrong allowing them in this important NWA title match to battle all throughout the TNA Asylum. That's a table in the back of the building that Jeff Jarrett is. If Jeff Jarrett's on the table, where's Killings headed? Where's he
Where's
going?
he at? I'm trying to find him there. He's going to the top.
He's going up to the balcony area. Jarrett's on the table, a bloody mess.
Ron Killings.
Killings is going to try and finish him off out here. Killings off the rail.
Just smashed Jarrett into the table.
Table and everything down.
Holy cow, they're both laying there, though.
And referee Armstrong tries to get them up as we take another look at Ron Killings coming down, crashing onto Jarrett, going through the table. At this point, you have to think about the loss of blood for Jeff Jarrett as well.
Unreal.
At what point does that loss of blood play an important role in this matchup?
Jeff Jarrett is so woozy right there. Look at him. He doesn't even know where he's at.
His face, a crimson mask, ladies and gentlemen, completely covered in blood. But he's back on his feet.
Oh, yeah! He just slammed the Truth over the rail. I just realized Scott Armstrong was counting him out.
Yeah, think about that. If the Truth gets counted out, he loses the title.
Great awareness on his parts. He was within, what, 2 seconds of losing his belt just because he got counted out.
The battle continues in the ring.
Jeff Jarrett's a bloody mess. I mean, it's everywhere.
And you know what? Ron Killings, the Truth, smells blood. He feels like he's in control.
Oh, man!
And he rips at the head that's been split wide open and repeatedly drives his knuckles right into the head. The bloody head of Jarrett, who fights back.
He's gonna have to fight back.
What an incredibly courageous effort by Jarrett, who's on his feet.
Look at this!
As they exchange punches, what a slugfest.
Blow to blow. I don't know where he's finding the energy, but he has. But if he's gonna do something, he's gonna have to do it quick before he passes out from loss of blood.
Flying forearm by the Truth. He makes contact with referee Scott Armstrong, who's down and out.
Jeff Jarrett has reached down and found something. Oh,
double knockout. Both of them collide. Both of them are down. Referee Armstrong is out as well.
Scott Armstrong's down. There he is. Jarrett's down. The Truth's down. But there's nobody to count anybody out.
Jeff Jarrett, covered in blood. Ron Killings appears to be regaining his senses. Appears to be slowly trying to get to his feet. Trying to get towards the ring ropes. To use the ring ropes to pull himself up.
Jeff also grabbing a rope. Trying to get up.
Everyone is on their feet in the TNA Asylum, recognizing the importance of this NWA World Title match.
I don't know where Jeff Jarrett's getting it. He's lost so much blood.
Wait a minute. Who's this? That's Mr. Wrestling. Mr. Wrestling 3. He's got a guitar in his hand. He's going to hit Killings. He stopped. He's going to hit. I thought he was going to hit Jarrett. What's he going to do?
Oh! He just smashed the guitar on the Truth.
The champ is down.
Jarrett move.
Jarrett in cover. Referee Armstrong is slowly getting in the ring. 1, 2, 3. Jeff Jarrett did it. Thanks to Mr. Wrestling 3.
The winner of the match, and new NWA Heavyweight Champion of the World, Jeff Jarrett.
Jeff Jarrett did it. But think of the role that Mr. Wrestling 3 played in this match.
Well, that answers the question of whether Jeff Jarrett was Mr. Wrestling 3. Right there.
Mr. Wrestling 3 still at ringside. As Jeff Jarrett gets his hand raised by referee Armstrong to become the NWA World's Champion for the first time. Mr. Wrestling 3 in the ring.
A champion, a new NWA World Heavyweight Champion.
What's this? What's...
Oh, you gotta be kidding me!
Oh, shit! It's Vince Russo!
Sort of a unique story. We were in the junior college national tournaments that my freshman year, my one and only year of college ball, and the week before the tournaments, I actually refereed on TV in Memphis, Tennessee, and that's where my wrestling career began. So my basketball career wasn't quite over, and my wrestling career had started.
When Jeff first started, you know, he was about this big around and green as a pepper tree, but you could tell that he was going to walk through hell with gasoline britches on to get what he wanted. He was passionate about wrestling. He had to be good. He had to succeed. And I think the determination, you know, is the biggest factor. And when Jeff started, he had a lot of positives and negatives. The positives were he was the son and grandson of wrestling promoters. The negative was he was the son and grandson of wrestling promoters. The positives were he started on Memphis TV. The negatives were he started on Memphis TV because he was able, being the son and grandson of promoters, he was able to get the spot and he was able to get the right teachers, but also any wrestler with a grudge against anybody in his family was going to take it out on him. Also, the fans were going to expect, oh, this is a kid that's being pushed because of his last name. So he had to overcome all that. So every positive that he had, it was equal detriment.
I loved every part of it. And then when I got in the business, we used to do a live television show, 90 minutes. That's how I broke into the business. There's some guys today who've never been on live television, come close to it. That's how I broke in. Well, at the end of that summer, I wrestled, I think, 86 straight days. And at the time, I was going, what the hell have I gotten myself into? Getting beat up it was hard work. A lot of bumps and bruises, especially for a kid weighed about 180 pounds.
He was always told he was too little. When he started, he was like 18 years old and skinny as a rail. His hair was bigger than he was. And but the truth of it is, he worked hard, and his daddy didn't hand him nothing, so he had to work even harder. And work ethic, man. He took it to every company, and not just work ethic, I guess so it'd be more than just two words, but not just work ethic, but his mental capacity for this game. And sometimes that's what this business is a game. Sometimes it's mind games, sometimes it's physical games. But he had the work ethic. He worked hard, and nobody can never say he didn't, because he did.
He worked hard. He worked hard. I think he had a focus. I think he knew where he wanted to go, and apparently he's kind of arrived at his destination, but the trip's not over yet. The journey's not over. He's still got a long way to go, I believe.
Those were hard days, but I was Memphis on Monday nights, and I'm based out of here in Nashville, but I drive to Memphis and back on a Monday night, drive from Louisville to back on a Tuesday night, drive from Evansville to back on a Wednesday night. I was not only a wrestler, I was a long-haul trucker. I did 2,500 miles a week.
Went to Memphis, I think, in 1987, and just met Jeff there. And Jeff's a little different because, his dad owned the territory, so he had a certain responsibility to that name, but we just call him Peter Frampton, because he looked, the way he came out, and because he had the long blonde hair. Me and Ron and Don, and then Mark Callis. He came through there, Sid Vicious. We ended up becoming friends and then riding to the towns together, looking back, it was a struggle, we weren't making no money, but looking back, we had some good times,
Louisville on Tuesday night, Evansville on Wednesday night, Thursday and Friday were what they call spot shows, just around Memphis somewhere. Saturday morning we would do TV, Saturday night we would be here in Nashville, and then Sunday, sometimes we had off and then start all over again. So it was just a good area to wrestle. The crowds were great, the talent was great. It was a good hub. Yeah.
Thursday or Friday nights, we called them spot shows. Little bitty gymnasiums, armories, the small towns in the South. And we would always end up Saturday morning. It could be at 2 in the morning or it could be at 5 in the morning, but we'd end up in Memphis, Tennessee, check in the hotel, either lay down for 4 or 5 hours, and then go over and be on live TV on a Saturday morning. And that's what I kept my teeth on. And even in those days, I really enjoyed, obviously, the in-ring part of it, but not just the in-ring. I think that's what sets me apart. The technical side of it, the control room upstairs.
The TV wrestling in Memphis was a cultural institution. From the 50s, 60s, 70s, into the 80s, the highest rated local program of any kind in any market in the country. Not just wrestling, of any kind. So that meant that when Jeff started on Memphis television wrestling, he was being seen by 300,000 or 400,000, 500,000 people every week just on the one station, much less the syndication. Point is, Memphis wrestling was a great place to get started because you instantly became a star, but also if you weren't any good, every wrestling fan in a 100-mile, 500-mile radius of Memphis, Tennessee knew pretty quick that you sucked. So once again, it was a positive and a negative. It was what you made out of it. And with Jeff also, you know, it wasn't just that people who had a grudge against his family were necessarily going to take it out on him in the ring, but also that even people who had wrestled there and had good relationship with his family for years, they were going to test the kid. They were going to beat him over the head with if they'd hit another guy 5 times, they'd hit him 6 times, just to see if he'd put up with it, just see what his attitude was, and see if he'd take it.
It always fascinated me just how the business worked, and it still burns in me today.
8-man tag team match. About to make their way to the ring, representing Sports Entertainment Extreme. They are the team of Chris Daniels, Helix Skipper, Low Key, Triple X, and from Long Island, New York, he is a former WCW heavyweight champion of the world, the leader of Sports Entertainment Extreme, Vince Russo.
Now wearing a hockey helmet of all things.
Well, hey, nobody said he was a fool.
Former WCW champion. That's a disgrace to announce that, Borat.
Unbelievable.
Well, you asked for tradition, here comes tradition.
And their opponents. First of all, from Chicago, Illinois, they are the team of Animal and Hawk, the Road Warriors.
They're not only back in NWA TNA, they're back in the main event, and here comes Hawk, here comes Animal, the Legion of Doom hit the ring, and Triple X and Russo bail.
The full garb is on, Mike. Oh!
The tag team that revolutionized professional wrestling. The LOD is in TNA.
And ladies and gentlemen, he is a former NWA heavyweight champion of the world, known the world over as the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes.
He's done it all. Boraz said it. Former NWA World Heavyweight Champion. The American Dream is set to do battle. And we're just minutes away from Rhodes, the Warriors, and Jarrett against Russo.
And introducing the current reigning and defending NWA Heavyweight Champion of the world from Hendersonville, Tennessee, Jeff Jarrett.
There he is, wearing the gold of the National Wrestling Alliance. Representing the tradition, the legacy of the NWA. Over 53 years, the NWA in existence. And there you see Jeff Jarrett joining Dusty Rhodes and the Legion of Doom.
Think about it. Jeff can't lose his belt tonight. But if they mess up, lose his match, he can lose it next week. That's how important this 8-man tag is, Mike, today.
Incredible stipulations. Huge stakes in this 8-man tag team main event.
Oh, the little huddle here. We got a basketball game, football game. Little go team.
Russo plotting strategy with his team.
What's that? What's it, a mouthpiece?
Probably a mouthpiece to go along with the hockey headgear to protect himself, of course.
Hey, Ruth. Hey, bud. This ain't no hockey thing, you know what I'm talking about?
That's right. TNA, not
All
NHL.
you got to do now is just pick one. You know what I'm talking about? Pick one. Let's get on with this.
Oh. Challenge from the Dream.
I love it.
What incredible talent lined up representing the tradition of the NWA.
Who's going to start this off, Mike? I'll tell you what, this is size.
Who's going to start it off? I want to know who's going to get their hands on Russo first. That's what I want to see.
I have a feeling the only thing that happened was to see Russo get busted wide open. You'd be a happy camper in this match. Is that right, Mike?
I'd love to see it. Step up to the plate, Russo. Take your medicine from the LOD Dusty Rhodes and the NWA champ Jeff Jarrett.
Size against speed, I'll tell you that. But there's a lot of experience on the tradition side right here.
You can just feel the tension.
Yes.
You can feel the drama because of what's at stake in this match and because of who's out here.
Christopher Daniels draws first blood against Jarrett. Oh.
Low key from the outside with the distraction on Jeff Jarrett is just the opening that Christopher Daniels was looking for.
Oh, man. I'll tell you something. I was never more disappointed than when we found out Russo got Daniels and Low Key and Skipper, because you talk about three unbelievable athletes that everybody loves to see.
Jarrett and Daniels matching, countering holds before Jarrett connects with a clothesline that takes Daniels down to the mat.
Man.
Yeah, incredible contrast in styles here between the Triple X core of the X Division.
I'll tell you what though, Mike.
And the legends of the NWA, and they are having their way with Daniels.
With this many people around the ring, it makes that ring so much smaller. That ring is so much smaller because every time you get close to the side, somebody, if you're on the wrong side, can give you the belt. So, belt right in the head. So it shrinks the ring, which goes to the favor of the traditional guys right here.
Again, keep in mind the stakes. Should Vince Russo's team win this match, he will then be able to name all the opponents next week. Night of Champions, Championship night, all three title belts will be on the line. World's title, World's Tag title, and X Division title will be at stake, and Russo can name the opponents.
I'll tell you what, I still cannot get over the fact that Bob Armstrong allowed that to happen.
Road Warrior Animal using his power to take Low Key and send him across the ring.
I don't know if the ring is big enough for Low Key to do what he does best, Mike. Oh.
Well, you knew it would be the quickness and the speed of the X Division Triple X group. But the power of the power bomb from Road Warrior Animal stops the speed and agility of Low Key, and then Animal shoulder block off the ropes.
I'll tell you what. Low Key, there you see it. As soon as the ref distracted there by Christopher Daniels, Skipper comes in.
Yeah, that's the opening for Skipper to come in, take Road Warrior Animal down to the mat, and now the tag is in from Low Key to Elix Skipper. I guess you can expect a double team.
Oh, my man!
While Elix Skipper holds Road Warrior Animal, Low Key comes charging in with a drop kick directly into the face of Animal, and now they're going to double team him.
He just leveled
Or
him.
are they?
No!
Just reversed him and took both over with the suplex. Russo up on the apron, but just momentarily.
If you'll notice, Russo's the only one not on the apron.
Yeah, no coincidence there either.
Oh, did you see that? I mean, you talk about. Oh. Now the Hawk takes over.
Double team by the Road Warriors. Animal turns things over to Road Warrior. Hawk against Elix Skipper.
I'll tell you what, that was impressive by Animal. Man, that was just pure strength. I mean, that was, what, 225 pounds or whatever on each arm. Think about that.
Road Warrior Hawk senses the advantage. Catches him with a drop kick. Quickly goes for the cover. Lateral press attempt, and Skipper just matrixed right out of the move and then nailed him with a spin kick. Quickly, Hawk gets to his feet, almost challenging Elix Skipper. Bring it on. Hit me with your best punch, he seemed to say. To the ropes goes Skipper, and down he goes after the clothesline from Hawk.
You know, this is the first time we've actually got to see the Road Warriors in real in-ring action here at NWA TNA, and they came ready, buddy.
Off the gut wrench suplex. Hawk takes Skipper to the corner. Tags in the champ, Jeff Jarrett, the legal man.
Dusty Rhodes still waiting for his tag, but I think he's just waiting for Russo to come out. You know, Jarrett would love to get a hold of Vince Russo just as much as anybody out here.
Now Russo finally up on the ring apron instead of the floor. There you see the hockey helmet and the mouthpiece in place.
Oh!
Drop toe hold by Skipper on the champ.
I'll tell you what, we have seen a transformation in Elix Skipper since the beginning of NWA TNA. I swear he's put on 25 pounds.
There you go.
Cheap shot.
Russo with the cheap shot from outside onto Jarrett, but Jarrett somehow sensing that Skipper was coming from behind, not only moves out of the way, but then comes crashing down across his back. Time for the Jarrett strut.
Yeah.
Right hand for low key. There's one for Daniels, and you'll notice that Russo's nowhere to be found. He's on the floor. And Jarrett turns his attention to Russo.
Again.
You know, that's just what Russo wants to do.
That's exactly right. He knows he can run around. Nobody's going to tag him.
He taunts Jarrett. Jarrett comes out to the floor, and then you see the double team by Daniels and low-key as they send Jarrett into the steel.
I mean, Skipper and low-key and Christopher Daniels would be crazy to tag Russo in the midst. There, you see it right there.
You see Russo using a towel also to choke Jarrett while they hold him in place.
Well, he's got his mouthpiece on. Now the double team going on while referee Charles is distracted again. Get in there, stop this!
Front suplex applied by both Daniels and Skipper to Jarrett. Daniels for the cover, but he gets just two.
Stay on it!
The repeated kicks by the fallen angel, Christopher Daniels, right into the chest of Jeff Jarrett. Referee Rudy Charles warning both Dusty Rhodes and the Road Warriors to stay out of the ring, but as he turns his back, you see Russo now choking Jarrett again. And you know what? Rhodes and the Road Warriors have had just about enough.
I'll tell you what, I'm surprised one of those guys doesn't just come outside the ring here.
And again, there it is.
Out of him.
Russo choking, low key, skids the boot across his face repeatedly.
Man. So Skipper, holy cow. Rudy Charles has got to get
Jeff
control.
Jarrett taking a beating in the corner here.
Stay on it!
Rudy Charles has got to get control there. Look at this. Every chance that Triple X gets, they team up.
Again, we remind you of the importance of this match. Should Vince Russo's team win this 8-man tag bout, he then is able to name all the opponents. When we have championship night 1 week from tonight, the world's title, the X Division belt, the world's tag titles all to be at stake. Jarrett fighting off Loki, trying to get to the corner, trying to get the tag in. He made the tag, but referee Charles, I don't think saw it. He had just turned his back to look at Russo's corner, and he does not allow the tag. And you see that Russo and company continue to 4-on-1 with the attack on Jarrett.
Look how they use each other to distract the ref and send him on over. Rudy Charles has got to be a little bit more observant to what's going on here. Because it has been 4-on-1 for Jarrett since he's been in on this tag.
Skipper front face lock on Jarrett. Cutting off the ring. Keeping him on the Russo's team side of the ring. Not allowing Jarrett to get to the corner to get the tag in to either Dusty Rhodes or one of the Road Warriors.
Oh, fighting back.
Desperation elbows by Jarrett.
Again, though, like I said, this ring gets so small. Oh, man.
Caught him with a kick, but then he went for the drop kick, and Skipper hooked the top rope and forced Jarrett to miss.
If you'll notice, Jeff just grabbing his eye there. I think they've been raking their boots across his face. Seeing things a little blurry right now.
They turn things over to Daniels, and Daniels with repeated shots to the back.
I was going to say,
and a cheap one from Russo again. You know, look at this. Animal's just about had enough.
We got him wrapped up.
The pin. You know, at that time, the Road Warriors, they couldn't, but they cost him two.
Oh, God. He had it for at least 7 or 8 seconds. At least.
You can't blame the Road Warriors, but I think that time it cost Jarrett and company the pin.
Jarrett has got to get a tag here.
Double team again. Look at low-key spring back. Front kick springing off the ropes. Daniels turns him over. Daniels got the Boston Crab submission hold, and low-key follows up with a knee to the back.
Doing every trick.
Cover here. 2 count before Hawk is in to break it up.
Well, it's about time.
They are on their feet at the TNA Asylum. You hear the chant for Dusty. But Jarrett is still in trouble.
I'll tell you what, it doesn't matter who Jarrett tags. He's got to tag somebody here. He's got to. Yo! Man,
oh no. Daniels caught him in midair. Jarrett fighting him off with a pair of elbows, and now, I thought he was going to go for the stroke there, but Daniels was prepared. Both went for the clothesline in mid-ring. Both connected. Both go down.
And both are on the opposite sides of their corner right here. Who's going to get up first to make the tag? Somebody has got to make the tag quickly while they're down. Again, Jarrett's looking, he's in the wrong corner. He knows where he's got to go.
Jarrett's so close to the corner now. He's got to make his way there and get the tag in.
Anybody.
Just dive forward and get it in, and he's got it to the
American dream.
Here comes Dusty Rhodes. Bionic elbow for Elix Skipper. One for low-key, elbow for Daniels, and he's calling Russo into the ring.
Oh, just one right after the other. I tell you what, Rudy Charles has lost all control of this match, but I don't care.
Oh. Another big bionic elbow for Skipper.
Oh,
yeah, we want you in.
He's gonna do it. Russo is actually getting in the ring. Oh man!
Wait a minute! What the? Mr. Wrestling 4. What he hit him? It looked like he had a chain wrapped around his hand. It looked like a chain. He hit him with a chain.
You gotta be
Wait
kidding me!
No! 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 No!
Winners of the match.
Oh no!
Sports Entertainment.
Oh no!
Extreme.
Oh, think of this. This could spell the end for NWA TNA. What is this? Mr. Wrestling 4 is gonna take the mask off. Oh my God! It's the Russian Nightmare! It's Nikita Koloff! We haven't seen Nikita Koloff in years!
I refereed a lot. Our junior college basketball program didn't start. You know, I basically had a 2-month break, and I was on the road every day, essentially. You know, Sundays they had off back then, but I mean, Monday through Friday, I was going everywhere to all the towns, either refereeing or selling popcorn or setting up the ring, doing something. So that was that summer, and then played college ball, and then, like I said, Jerry Lawler had lost to Loser Leave Town, and I was refereeing in a match, and my dad had been retired several times, but he was no longer wrestling at the time, so I went by the name of Jeff Leonard, my middle name. We didn't want to use the Jarrett name, so it was Jeff Leonard, and I had refereed on TV, and I was refereeing a match. And Bill Dundee and Buddy Landell, Nature Boy Buddy Landell, were in a tag match, and the young referee, and I looked young, and I acted young, and I was inexperienced. I was out of place, and Dundee got on me, and Buddy Landell slapped me around, and then all of a sudden Dundee hauled off and knocked me out with one punch, and I went down. And Dutch Mantell, a member of TNA's creative team, come in, you know, made the save, ran out on TV, and bad guy scurried off.
I've saved him so many times. It became like almost a habit. Every time he'd go out there, I'd go save him. Now, I remember his first own appearance on camera, he got in trouble, and yeah, I went out there and I helped him out a little bit.
When we come back from the break, my dad is on TV, who hadn't been seen, I don't know if it's years, but probably certainly many, many, many months. He's up in the ring, and they carry me off. A big guy named Joe LeDuc had literally carried me off in a in his arms, which, you know, I was 180 pounds and this guy's 350. But he carries me off and my dad's sitting there, and all of a sudden Lance Russell, very uncomfortably, asked my dad for a few comments, and my dad came over and he literally sat there and cried on TV. That was real emotion coming out in him. And then he tries to do a promo. Somewhere or another, Jerry Lawler came through with the phone call. And Lawler says I was home on a Saturday morning, and I watched this, which he was. He was sitting in his house. He wasn't in a studio. He was at home, did the call in, and basically said, screw this. Yeah, I may have lost or lose or leave town, but this promotion needs Jerry Lawler, and da-da-da-da-da-da, and he's coming back. It was Lawler against Dutch Mantell against Buddy Landell and Bill Dundee, and it sold out the Memphis Coliseum. A few weeks after that, I was refereeing again, a guy named Tony Falk. And at that time, Tony Falk had a losing streak, I don't know, 50, 100 matches in a row that he had lost. So he comes out, strutting out, a weak strut at that, but he says that he has finally found an opponent that he can beat. And Lance tries to coddle it out of him. Who you talking about? Who you talking about? And he says, Jerry Jarrett's punk kid. I could beat him. And of course, people are like, what the hell are you talking about? I come out, he goads me into a match. I didn't know what I was doing.
I had people like Bill Dundee and Dutch Mantell telling me, Tony Falk, if you want to make a name for yourself, you ought to do something. And you know that promoter, he's got a son, and you ought to get him and goad him into a match and get him out there and just put it on him, and then everybody would know what you done, and you would make a name for yourself. So I let people gas me up for the big match with Jeff Jarrett, and he finally accepted that challenge. And I heard he said something about a weak strut. I don't know what you're talking about, Jeff Jarrett, about a weak strut, Pally. I've been strutting, and I'm still strutting today.
My first match ever was a 10-minute time limit draw. He didn't beat me, and I didn't beat him. So, and then from that point on, that's how my career started.
The long-awaited showdown finally becomes a reality tonight. The World's Heavyweight Championship belt of the National Wrestling Alliance at stake. We go to the tail of the tape. You see the stats that show Jeff Jarrett has a slight height-weight advantage, certainly a big experience edge. AJ Styles, the future of our sport. Jeff Jarrett, the reigning champion. Styles clash in the stroke, their favorite finishing moves. All the hype, we can put it to the side. It's time to see who's the better man between Jeff Jarrett and AJ Styles. Don, what a disappointment tonight. Right as we came on the air seeing AJ Styles coming to the TNA Asylum, the night of the biggest match of this young man's career, in the car with Vince Russo, the boss, the leader of Sports Entertainment Extreme. And you know, it made me sick to see it at that time, and I'm even sicker to think about it now.
I just can't believe it.
To wear that championship belt, to have the NWA World's title around his waist. Jeff Jarrett did it. And it's time for the title defense that we've been waiting months to see. It's just moments away.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the world-famous TNA Asylum in Music City, USA, in cooperation with Total Nonstop Action Incorporated and sanctioned by the National Wrestling Alliance, it's time for your NWA TNA main event of the evening. When the bell rings, the man in charge, TNA official Mr. Rudy Charles. And now, introducing first, from Atlanta, Georgia. He weighs in at 212 pounds. He is a former two-time NWA World Tag Team Champion, a former two-time NWA X Division Champion, and the current #1 contender for the NWA Heavyweight Championship of the World. This is the phenomenal AJ Styles.
Great credentials got him to this place. Can AJ Styles take that all-important next step and become NWA champ?
And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing from Hendersonville, Tennessee, he weighs in at 235 pounds. Since November 20th of 2002, he is the undefeated, undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. This is Jeff Jarrett.
Mike, the crowd is in unbelievable anticipation for this match. They are so loud I can hardly hear you speak. It is unreal, and this is going to be an incredible match. Let's put aside the fact that AJ Styles came in with Vince Russo, Mike. We've got to watch this because the phenomenal AJ Styles gets his chance tonight against the champion, Jeff Jarrett.
Don, I know just like I do, you can feel the electricity here in the TNA Asylum. You certainly feel the tension, knowing that Jarrett and Styles are fighting for the biggest prize in the National Wrestling Alliance, the 53-year history of the NWA. So many great wrestlers, and you've heard names like Dusty Rhodes, Harley Race, Ric Flair, Dory Funk, Terry Funk, that have worn that championship belt, that speak to the tradition of the NWA, and that's what Jarrett is representing tonight.
I'll tell you what, Jeff may have a size advantage, but it doesn't mean anything out there with this kid. This kid is something else. He's phenomenal.
Will AJ Styles go to some of those X Division type moves against Jeff Jarrett in this match? One of the questions that we'll answer. Will Jeff Jarrett attempt to ground AJ Styles just like that with the drop toe hold?
Youth, experience. I'll tell you what,
it's the classic matchup.
It is totally different styles. I mean, it's hard for each of them to prepare for the other one because they are so different. And right now, like you said, Jeff Jarrett is keeping it low and to the ground. Oh, man!
Back to the basics for Jarrett. Out of the fireman's carry, Styles quickly to his feet, and then Jarrett connects with the clothesline.
You know, I was actually asked on TNA Explosion last week who I thought. And I said AJ Styles, and the reason I said that was because I felt like maybe Jeff Jarrett's mind was too preoccupied with Vince Russo and Sports Entertainment Extreme, but it doesn't seem like it out here, Mike. He seems ready, prepared, and willing to defend his championship tonight.
Styles regains control momentarily, sent off to the ropes. The leapfrog by Jarrett. The leapfrog by Styles.
Oh!
Styles connects mid-ring with a dropkick that snapped the head back of Jarrett, and at the same time caught him with a boot right into the face. Spin heel kick takes Jarrett down. Pin attempt for two. Kick out by Jarrett.
I'll tell you what, though, Jarrett is dazed. I mean, you can see it right there. He's trying to gather his bearings.
Styles realizes that.
Oh, man. Oh, he just did it again.
Basement dropkick.
I'll tell you what. Styles has grounded Jarrett, Mike.
Lateral press, legs hook, and a 2 count.
And that's how you gotta beat Jeff Jarrett. This guy is a champion, been champions for so many years. Oh, whoa!
Jarrett catches him with one right. A second right sends Styles reeling into the corner, and Jarrett follows up with repeated kicks.
What a blow he threw him. Yo, little turnabout, fair play.
Much like Styles, Jarrett connects with a mid-ring dropkick.
And just sends him out of the ring.
Follows up with the clothesline.
Oh, Mike, they didn't disappoint. You knew, the crowd knew. I mean, we were here before the match, we were sitting here.
Oh, man! Jarrett just did, well, something right out of the book of AJ Styles.
He went to the X Division playbook, did the heavyweight champ. We have to see this again. Keith Mitchell, he was up.
There he goes, look at that.
Slingshot cross body block by Jarrett, back to live action.
And just leaps Styles into the rail. Oh, Mike, this is incredible. Two great champions.
Smart move by the champ. Rolls into the bottom rope. Stops the count from the referee, Rudy Charles. Back out to try and take care of Styles. Now what?
Whoa, wait a minute. Styles freak turns the favor.
Desperation, last minute attempt by Styles. Pays off. Jarrett chest first into the steel safety rail.
Oh, man.
Battle continues on the arena floor, and now Styles rolls the champion back into the ring.
Here they are. They've been building this up for months. AJ has been screaming for this match, and he has come prepared.
And he's taking over, Mike.
Series of offensive moves by Styles leads to another 2 count. Jarrett able to roll the shoulder.
You know, just as soon as you think one of them's done, man, they turn it back around. And that's what champions do.
Remember, there's no protecting your championship belt here in the NWA, here on NWA TNA. The champion, if he gets disqualified, loses the title. If he's counted out, he loses the title. Quick pin attempt by Styles and another 2 count.
Oh, you can see the look on Styles' face. He thought he had it right there.
Methodical, yet effective offense of AJ Styles.
You know, it's obvious that Jarrett is probably the crowd favorite, but there's so many people here that are cheering for AJ because they recognize his phenomenal talent.
And I think they recognize the phenomenal matchup between these 2 great stars.
You know, you said he was the future, Mike. Does his future start tonight?
Off the ropes. Styles hits the lariat, and you're right, he has his supporters in this great crowd.
Listen to it. Because they recognize his greatness, his ability, his agility. But we've seen Jeff Jarrett come back from all kinds of insurmountable odds.
Styles measures Jarrett. Rights to the head before he's reversed up into the ropes. Jarrett able to get the boot up. That'll take the wind out of Styles, but can Jarrett follow up?
I think he's got to do what he did at the beginning, Mike. He's got to ground AJ and not try to get in AJ's game. Oh! Is he gonna?
The power and strength of Jarrett. He just overpowered Styles, but I think Jarrett.
Yeah, that took the wind out of him.
At the same time.
Have you ever seen anybody thrown down with that kind of brute force?
Don, think of the importance of this match. In this ongoing battle between the NWA and Sports Entertainment Extreme, think if AJ Styles wins the title, he could take the championship belt back to Vince Russo and Sex.
Think about this, too. If AJ Styles wins the title, he will be the only one in TNA to have held all 3 belts.
Triple Crown, Tag Belts, X Division, and the World's Heavyweight title. Mid-ring exchange, Jarrett getting the better of it. To the ropes goes Styles.
Oh, Jarrett!
Great elevation, and Jarrett had the knee extended, and Styles came crashing down stomach first across the knee.
This is absolutely one of the greatest matches I've ever seen.
It's for all the marbles, Mike.
Oh. Larry Zbyszko.
The living legend has come to ringside. I wonder what's up here. Attempted a tornado DDT by Styles, reversed by Jarrett, who sets him up in the corner. Remember, Zbyszko didn't know earlier when he arrived here.
Well, he's helping AJ.
He's got the foot of Jeff Jarrett hooked.
Referee Rudy Charles doesn't see it, I don't
Jarrett
think.
was trying to suplex
man, whoa! 1, 2. Oh, he got out of it.
So what's going on now? Zbyszko's out here helping AJ. Maybe he still doesn't know really what went on earlier.
I can't answer that question. I have the same question that you do. What the hell's up? What's going on here? To the ropes goes Jarrett.
Oh,
the
look.
veteran move. He hooked the top rope. Styles, great agility, great balance. Jarrett counters with a shoulder block.
I love how
suplex him back in.
I love how Jarrett ducked under that
Keep
punch.
an eye on Zbyszko.
Oh, he's got him on the leg again. Wait a minute.
Again.
1, 2.
No, kick out.
Something's got to be done here. Come on, there you go, there. Ref Rudy Charles lets him know it, Mike. This match is too great to have this kind of interference in it. Oh, what a punch there by Styles.
But Jarrett is able to reverse him into the corner. Float over by Styles.
Oh, my.
With the kick.
He
just on the button.
He just dropped him. The good thing is Jarrett's back against the ropes there. If he can hold on to him there, that way Styles can't get him
Keep your
dead.
eye on Zbyszko. Get a camera on Zbyszko.
What's he got in his hand? Oh!
He's got brass knucks. He's got brass knucks. He just knocked out Jarrett.
Yes, he did. You can see it right there.
Jarrett's out.
Oh, you dirty bastard. What in the world?
Pin.
1, 2. Oh! Oh!
Wait a minute. Referee coming from the back. J.J. Dillon, NWA representative coming from the back as well.
Oh, man, I love it. They saw that there was no room for that out here. They're kicking Zbyszko out.
Looks like they're sending the living legend to the back. The look on Styles' face says it all. No longer has his man in ringside.
Well, I mean, that last blow, I mean, Jeff Jarrett still.
You can see the brass knuckles wrapped around the hand of Zbyszko.
It was right there on camera.
How did Jarrett kick out? How did he get that shoulder up?
He's a champ, Mike. He's a true champion.
And he represents the NWA.
Whoa, wait a minute. 1, 2. Oh, he kicked out. Oh. I'll tell you what, Mike. I gotta say, though, I'm glad they got Zbyszko out of here. There was no room for that. These two guys are too great. We don't need it.
Styles springs off the ropes into a sleeper hold. A move that Jarrett has used so often through the years. Check the ring positioning. Dead center, middle of the ring. Advantage Styles. He takes Jarrett down.
Well, you gotta know that Jeff can't have much left after the blow to the head that Zbyszko gave him, and now the air being taken out of his lungs.
You hear the chant of "Go Jeff, go." You look around, you see ringside. Fans on their feet here at the Asylum. In acknowledgement of the importance of this match, referee Charles checks. Rudy Charles says that's 1. That's 2.
Oh, no, folks.
Can he get the
Do we have a new champion? No! No!
Important for Jarrett to get to his feet, and he quickly does.
Oh, man, that is a champion in every sense of the word.
Fights off the sleeper with elbows to the midsection. To the rope goes Styles. Ducks the clothesline. Ducks the back elbow.
Oh!
Flying forearm smash by Styles, and he took out referee Rudy Charles. Moonsault back in. Oh, stopped by Jarrett. Gonna go for the stroke.
Here it is. Got him.
Out with the stroke. No referee.
There's no referee right there.
1, 2,
It doesn't.
3. You can make the count, but there's no official. From the back.
1, 2. What is going on?
Referee Andrew Thomas has come out now to officiate. NWA official Bill Barron's helping referee Rudy Charles to the back.
What a match.
To the ropes goes Jarrett.
Whoa, whoa, what a sweep.
Sweeping heel kick took him down. Now what? Oh, he's gonna go. He's got the lock, death lock. He's gonna reach back.
Oh, man.
Submission hold. He can even roll over with this move if he wants. That's up to Styles. No!
Look at the strength of Jarrett!
Out.
The determination of Jarrett!
Pure strength by Jarrett.
Oh, man! They are leaving nothing left. They're bringing it all to the table.
There is no tomorrow for these two. This is what it's all about. The NWA World's Heavyweight title belt at stake. The power, the control that goes with that championship belt as well.
I'll tell you what, though, Mike, if anybody's ever said AJ didn't deserve it, another referee just been knocked out of the ring.
And here come the Harris brothers.
Oh, no! We have nobody in there to stop this.
No, no! And they
no!
Down with the H-bomb. Damn that Russo!
Wait a minute! Here comes Vader!
Here comes Vader!
And here comes
he getting the strength to stay alive?
Nobody realizes the importance of this title match more than Jeff Jarrett. He fulfilled his quest back in November, and he wants to hang on to the belt, the roll-up. Oh, no. Styles clash if he can hook him. Jarrett escapes. Great move by Jarrett to escape the roll-through.
He's going for it again.
He's trying
Here
to
he goes. Oh!
Clash. He hit the clash on Jarrett.
Here it is.
Pin attempt.
We got a new champ.
No.
1, 2. No! You've got to be kidding me.
There's still life in Jeff Jarrett. There's still life for the NWA.
You almost hate that somebody has to lose this match. What an effort by both.
Let's settle this between these two.
What an effort.
Top rope, high risk move.
Oh,
he got him. Move did Jarrett. No,
wait a minute.
The ace in the hole. Russo's ace in the hole. Sonny Siaka lips.
And he's trying to get AJ over there. Look at this.
Russo put him in charge.
The desire has got Andrew Thomas distracted.
Second Siaka lips. And now motioning for Styles to pin him. Styles can be champ. Styles can be champ if he pins him.
Well, wait a minute. AJ has just turned on Sonny Siaki. He wants this title on his own. He doesn't want the help.
Styles clash on the one.
Oh, yeah.
Take that, Russo.
Can you believe that? AJ wants it on his own.
Throw Siaki out.
Yes.
Maybe we jump to a conclusion on him.
Again, I just think he wants this title.
The experience of Jarrett as AJ Styles was looking towards Siaki, and he's like,
oh!
The stroke out the second round.
Oh,
Pin
man.
attempt.
1, 2. It's over.
The winner of the match, and still NWA Heavyweight Champion of the World, Jeff Jarrett.
What a match.
It came down to the wills between these two individuals. Jeff Jarrett remains NWA World's Heavyweight Champion. What an incredible night.
My first year in the business, I got a whole lot of experience. And, you know, when preparation meets opportunity, that's the definition of luck. So I got lucky and won Rookie of the Year.
Well, Jeff was just a natural. I'm not saying he didn't work hard, but you know, a lot of people who work hard and just won't ever get to where Jeff got, or be the type of wrestler that Jeff is. Maybe because he grew up and he was very observant, you know, a very smart guy, intelligent guy, curious, wants to know about you know, wrestling in the world, and I think all that really helped. And he also threw one of the best punches in the history of the business.
You know, I had basic training. Tojo Yamamoto, my father, they got up in the ring and showed me the real simple basics. But as far as the flow of a match, Akio Sato, I worked with him and his team, and Tojo was the manager on the outside. I think it was 16 or 8 straight weeks. And to me, that was my wrestling boot camp. I really learned the basics of how to make the flow of a match go, a real basic match. And you know, every time I see him, I will always remind him that he really got my foundation built, the fundamentals. And anybody out in the wrestling world that is watching this DVD, if you do not build you a foundation, build, like the Bible says, the wise man builds a house upon a rock. That's so true about your wrestling career. If you don't have the basics to fall back on, forget it, get out of it. You need to get into another profession that you can make your life at.
And it is time for the tale of the tape. Nearly identical stats. In my mind, Jarrett's experience edge comes from years of high-pressure, high-profile championship matches. Yes, Sports Entertainment Extreme versus the NWA. Is it Raven's destiny? Jarrett's already fulfilled his quest to become NWA World's Heavyweight Champion.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the NWA Heavyweight Championship of the World.
Well, Mike, on January the 22nd, this man shockingly entered into NWA TNA to the surprise of everyone. And then on March 19th, in a horrific bloody battle, hardcore match with AJ Styles, he earned the right to this championship. And then he set the date, April 30th. And Mike, it is here. We are finally at destination time.
Things haven't been the same here in NWA TNA since his arrival. Raven joined by the Gathering, Alexis and Julio. There he is, the challenger for the NWA World's Heavyweight title. The match we've been waiting for, the match we've been anticipating for months. The man who fulfilled his career-long quest back on November the 20th of last year. But the past 5 months for the NWA World's Heavyweight Champion Jeff Jarrett have been as much of a nightmare as they've been a dream. While Jarrett looks to uphold the 50-plus-year tradition of the National Wrestling Alliance, Raven and the group from Sports Entertainment Extreme are committed to gaining the power, the prestige, and the control that go hand in hand with the NWA World's title. Are you ready? Because it's time for the showdown, Jarrett and Raven. Let's go to JB.
The following contest is sanctioned by the National Wrestling Alliance. When the bell rings, the man in charge, TNA official, Mr. Rudy Charles. And now, ladies and gentlemen, from the world-famous TNA Asylum in Nashville, Tennessee, it's time for your main event of the evening. Introducing first to the corner to my right, he is the challenger. He's being accompanied to the ring by Alexis and Julio. He weighs in at 244 pounds. From the Bowery, he is the #1 contender for the NWA Heavyweight Championship of the World. This is Raven.
So many questions to answer tonight in this match. Biggest one, will this be his destiny to become the champion?
And now introducing, from Hendersonville, Tennessee, since November 20th, he is the current reigning, undefeated, undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. This is Jeff Jarrett.
And an equal number of questions to answer when we look at the world's heavyweight champion. Can Jeff Jarrett keep his concentration level up? Can he stay focused? After all the mind games that we've had here, Don, over the course of the past couple of months, I don't think it's a stretch to say that at this point in time, he looks across the ring at his toughest challenger to date as NWA World's Heavyweight Champion, Raven.
Well, Mike, Jeff said it once best, I believe, a couple weeks ago. It was time to become the hunter, not the hunted. He had a bullseye on his chest and his back, and everyone was taking shots at him. Well, he finally just had to put it aside and become the aggressor, and it's on!
They lock it up, collar and elbow, in the opening minute of this great NWA World title match, and Jarrett has Raven pressed up against the corner, and Raven gets a clean break from the champ.
Think about their different styles, Mike.
Exactly, just where I was going.
Jeff, more of the traditional wrestler, and of course Raven, the hardcore, the brawler. So different, but yeah, I believe they're both going to be ready to do what it takes.
Who's going to be successful in this match? The competitor, the wrestler that dictates not just the pace of the match, but also what you just pointed out, Don. Who dictates the style of this match? And in the opening minute, it has been a wrestling match, and the high hip toss takeover by Raven, and the look on the face of Jeff Jarrett.
It's obvious,
Tells
Mike.
me that he's surprised that Raven is able to wrestle with him.
I'm going to tell you something. Raven is ready for this match. I believe more than any other match he's ever prepared for. This is the most important match he's ever been in. This is to become the NWA World Heavyweight Champion. What an entrance he made in January when he arrived on the scene.
And Raven tries to show up Jarrett on the mat. But Jarrett immediately gets to his feet, shoots him off into the ropes, and Raven takes a powder. He bails.
Oh, Jeff right kicks him right through the ropes. Jeff takes over, shows that he can throw with the best of a night as he slams him into the rail.
Not allowing Raven any downtime. Trying to take advantage of the shot is Jarrett, who sends the challenger back first into the steel safety rail.
Of course, the Gathering and Julio and Alexis are, of course, around the ring. And there you see right there, Jarrett's going to have to contend with that. That comes with it. He knows that.
And now you see not only Julio outside hooking the leg of Jeff Jarrett, but now Alexis distracting the referee, Rudy Charles.
And
Julio. Well, you know what? They're both a help and a hindrance to Raven. Running clothesline by Jarrett sends Julio out to the arena floor. In the ring, a pin attempt by Jarrett on Raven.
I'll tell you what, that was incredible there. Wait a minute, here goes Jeff. Oh, he took them both out. He decided to be the hunter again. Wait a minute, here comes Raven. Oh, man.
I mean, it's great for Jarrett that he takes out both members of the Gathering, but at the same time, he just lost his focus, and that allows Raven to take control of this match.
I believe Jeff knows that it's early in this match. He's strong enough right now. He's got to take care of Julio and Alexis. He's got to make sure that they don't become a factor later on when Jeff's wearing down.
Raven challenges Jarrett, and then he's ready. Drop toe hold sends Jarrett face first into the steel steps.
Is Raven already? Already cut.
Split wide open as the challenger.
This is going to be unlike any heavyweight title match we've seen here at NWA TNA. When Raven's there, throw out the rules.
And I can tell you on the opposite side of the ring, both members of the Gathering, Julio and Alexis, have a table in place.
Going to try to end this early. Raven would like nothing better than to humiliate Jeff Jarrett right here in his hometown. And he just slams him on the table. I believe Jeff's cut open, but yes, he is.
Both men bleeding from the head as
It's
Raven
already started.
Follows up the advantage, driving down a series of vicious rights to the head of Jeff Jarrett.
Oh, wait a minute, Raven's going up high. And Jarrett is right there on the table.
No. Jarrett,
off of it.
able to escape, get off the table and roll back into the ring. Raven off the ropes, double sledge to the back. Quick pin attempt, got 1, 2, Jarrett kicks out at 2.
Can't really say who's had an advantage or a disadvantage at this point. They've been trading. But right now, Raven has it. Oh, wait a minute, he's got him.
Well, they're playing to their strengths. Remember the opening minutes of this match, it was a wrestling match, but now it has turned into a brawl, which at this point is favoring Raven, who connects with a knee lift, and you see the blood flowing down the head of Jarrett. You know, at what point is this going to be a detriment to him as far as his vision is concerned?
Right. You know, a lot of people say, well, the same thing's getting to Raven. I'd say Raven's more used to bleeding down his forehead. He knows how to handle it.
Julio hands a chair into the ring to Raven, but Jarrett gets back to his feet. Series of rights, and now to the ropes. Reversed by Raven, then
right into the chair.
Face first goes the champ into the chair. Pin attempt, leg whip, shoulders down. No,
Jarrett
shoulder
fights
off
it
the
out.
2.
I'll tell you something, Jeff Jarrett, though, so sharp, so smart as a champion. He'll take every advantage he can. If he sees a chance to take a breath to get his momentum back, he'll do it. Oh, man, just grinds it.
Knee to the back, drives Jarrett to the canvas, goes for the pin, and another 2 counts. Raven back to the offensive with the rear chin lock now.
Trying to get Jeff to tap out.
You see Jarrett trying to fight through that pain, trying to fight through the pressure. While the Gathering members at ringside, Julio and Alexis, look on.
As the blood dripping off of Raven right onto the back of the head of Jarrett. He fights himself back in. Oh, what a kick by Raven. What a knee.
And just as soon as Jarrett is able Raven stops him in his tracks, follows up the knee with a boot to the chest and that one to the head.
Mike, you know how I felt about it. I told you a couple weeks ago, I said it on Explosion. I just felt that Raven was mentally more prepared for this.
Sleeper hold applied by Raven. So many times we've seen Jeff Jarrett go to the sleeper hold. This time Raven applies it, but Jarrett is able to back him into the corner. Momentarily breaks the sleeper, but Raven follows right back up, cinches it in. Ring positioning at this point, pretty good for Raven. It's going to be difficult for Jarrett to get to the ropes to get the break, and now he takes him down.
The air has definitely left Jarrett's lungs. Oh man, Raven is toying with him right now, Mike.
Jarrett in trouble at this point. You can almost see the NWA World's Heavyweight title belt slipping out of his grasp, slipping out of his fingers. And think about Sports Entertainment Extreme. And if they are able to gain control that they have here in NWA TNA would be off the charts.
Jarrett's not ready to give it up yet, Mike, as he's fighting with everything he's got.
Jarrett fighting for the 50-plus year tradition of the NWA World's title is to a knee. And now back to his feet. Oh! Drop down, the jawbreaker, and that blocks and stops the sleeper hold.
Caught Raven's jaw right on his head. Oh!
Went for a stunner-type move that time, but it was almost as if Raven just shoved him off to avoid the contact. But you can see that Raven is still feeling the after effects of that jawbreaker.
Look at the blood there on Jeff Jarrett. Both of them right now, it is going to become a detriment as the blood is flowing.
Referee Rudy Charles checking, putting in the count.
He started it.
Alexis and Julio, the members of the Gathering from ringside, trying to cheer on Raven. Raven slowly making his way up.
So is Jarrett, but Raven's up first, and here it is.
First to his feet.
Oh, Jeff, what a right.
But Jarrett lands the first punch, and the second.
And the third. Oh, man.
Clothesline from him, takes him down. The champ sends Raven over.
Kick by Jarrett.
Nailed him with the drop kick. Julio.
He levels him.
Now Alexis in the ring.
Oh, no. No. You don't belong in there tonight. Oh, Jarrett is taking control right here.
Jarrett, desperation, and Zaguri. The follow. 1, 2. Shoulder up at 2 by Raven. Referee Rudy Charles has had to look the other way, I think, at the interference on the part of the Gathering here, because he wants to have a decisive winner in this match. Catapult to the corner goes Raven.
Now he's got him at 1, 2. Oh, what did you see how Raven kicked Jeff in the head there?
To break up the pin.
He sure did. I'll tell you what, these guys are going to have to pull everything out of their bag of tricks. Oh, what a kick by Raven.
Desperation super kick. Caught Jarrett.
1, 2.
And another near fall, another 2 count for the challenger.
Mike, it's been everything you expected. It's been a brawl. It's been a wrestling match. It's been everything.
And this incredible capacity crowd has been on their feet for this match. From
He is right. Here it is.
Here's the pin.
1, 2. No. I thought it was over.
I think everyone did here at the Asylum. Jarrett so close to retaining the NWA World's title, so close to putting away his toughest challenger.
Oh!
DDT.
Beautiful move by Raven.
I don't know whether he caught him with it. No.
Did he get it?
Again, only 2.
These two are giving it everything they've got. So much at stake. The crowd on their feet, standing room only.
Telegraphed the back body drop, did Raven. Allows Jarrett to connect with first.
They come flying out of the ring.
Running clothesline that sends both men over the top rope, crashing down the feet here at the Asylum.
Oh, man. Both of them trying to get their bearings. Jeff Jarrett's getting to his feet. Alexis was trying to help Raven, but Jarrett runs him off.
Jarrett remains focused on the task at hand, and that's the challenger.
And there
Raven
it is.
positions him on the table.
Oh!
Repeated rights by Jarrett to the side of the head of Raven.
Top.
cheap shot. Jarrett trying to fight him off with back elbows.
And he does! He knocks him back!
Jarrett!
He's gonna go! Here it is! Oh!
Drop the
Smashes him through the table!
Drove him right through the table.
We gotta see that again!
We have to.
Look at this! Perfect! Oh, man! That hurts just looking at it!
The 238-plus pounds of the world's champ. Coming off the ring ropes, crashing down, sending Raven through the table. Did that weaken Raven enough?
It
Won't
had
allow
to.
Jarrett to pull it away.
Here he goes! He's got it!
Jarrett motions to the crowd. DDT. He's going to try and beat Raven with his own move. Pin attempt, armor cross.
1, 2, oh, wait a minute! Alexis pulls him out.
Again.
Oh!
Rudy Charles sending the game to ring. I think
Telling him to go! Sitting him out!
Julio and Alexis backing up at the orders of referee Rudy Charles, who, like the rest of us, have had just enough of them. Oh, no. Contact made. Oh, and the low blow by Raven. Referee didn't see it. There was contact with the referee and Jarrett. Rudy Charles down on the floor, and Raven the low blow in the ring.
Jarrett connected with a low blow of his own simultaneously. It's what we got here.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
We got the disciples of the new church.
Harris Brothers and Mike Sanders, Sports Entertainment Extreme. Here come the disciples of the church.
They're just brawling out here.
They're here to counter Sports Entertainment Extreme. I don't think they're necessarily here to help Jeff Jarrett, but it might work out that way. Whoa, Raven. Oh, no. Raven positioning and calling from the back. And here comes the Extreme Revolution. Oh, no.
New Jack.
Oh, no.
There's no way.
I don't believe it. Raven's plan. Raven's plan is working.
No way can Jeff overcome these insurmountable odds.
DVD by Saturn. The Extreme Revolution. Saturn. And he's handing handcuffs to Raven. Sandman, New Jack, just incredible all in the ring.
It just goes to show you that Raven has no conscience. Raven will do anything he can to become the champion.
Oh, they're handcuffing the world's champion. Oh, no. Referee Rudy Charles completely knocked out at ringside.
Oh, man.
Now what? Oh, look out.
No!
The Super Kick Concerto using the steel chairs. Oh, we got to take another look at that, Keith. Keith, is there any way we can look at the replay of that?
The Extreme Revolution. Look at this.
And here it is. They hold Jarrett. He's handcuffed, for God's sakes. He's handcuffed. You talk about no conscience. Raven, steel chair in hand. Oh, God. He's defenseless.
No way. We don't have a referee. No.
The lights out. What the hell's going on here?
What may have just saved Jeff for the moment. Wait a minute. Samu!
The innovator of Extreme is back. Samu.
You gotta be kidding me. Jeff
worry, Rudy Charles has it. Is there a method?
No, I
to
think
this madman's madness.
He just wants to add insult to injury. What a better way to beat Jarrett. To unlock the handcuffs and then take him, and here it goes.
Oh, no, Raven effect. Look at him soak up the ball. He drops him down.
Here it
Here's
goes.
the pin.
1, 2. Oh, he fights it out.
What? How did he do it?
I don't know.
How did Jarrett get the shoulder up?
Raven's going to do it
Effect again. Reversal.
No, it's a strong. 1, 2. He's out.
And still, NWA Heavyweight Champion of the World, Jeff Jarrett.
Unbelievable.
He did it. Against all odds, is able to connect with the stroke and retain the NWA World's Heavyweight title.
Wrestling has always been and always will be Shakespeare to the masses. People can live vicariously through us. They enjoy it. It's an outlet. It's very entertaining. But when I would go to Memphis every Monday and Louisville every Tuesday, there were diehard fans that literally had standing reservations, that were buying their ticket every week, that were somewhat of a family, that they were there every week and they enjoyed things, and you know, they'd cuss you out, they'd cuss the bad guys out, and as soon as they drove off in their car, they'd follow them to get an autograph. Or some fans would follow them to run them off the road. But it's just the uniqueness of what we do to get somebody to do something every week. And you can imagine, you take Garth Brooks at his hottest, Elvis at his hottest, I mean at their very hottest. You put them in the Mid-South Coliseum, week 1, they're gonna sell out. Bring them back the next Monday night, it's gonna sell out again, probably. On that third one, my gut tells me it'd probably be half full. The fourth one, probably about a fourth full. And by the fifth one, I think you'd be giving tickets away, because Garth would sit up there and he'd sing the same songs. Wrestling, you can come on a Monday night and sell it out. Come on a Tuesday night and sell it out. Come on a Wednesday night and sell it out. And they did that for years and years and years. I think it was for 4 years, from 78 to 82, 79 to 83, they averaged over 10,000 people every Monday night at the Mid-South Coliseum. And this happened all across the country, in Charlotte, in Florida, and all the different territories. And they had a group of, basically the same group of core wrestlers, week in, week out, but we're selling some different songs. But literally, you think about in Memphis, 52 weeks, how many people that is. 500,000 people bought tickets. It's incredible the connection that wrestling can have with people. Music can't touch it. Yeah, Garth Brooks can have Central Park, but that's one night. It's truly amazing what wrestling, and sure, it's repeat customers, but it's still people caring enough and coming out and being a part of a product.
I really think if you look at the wrestlers or entertainers or singers that have become superstars, it really has been right here. What can they project? Jeff, even back in the day, he was still a star. He had the blonde hair. He knew how to sell the match.
Now we've moved into pay-per-views today, but it's cultivating that audience, building it. They got to have trust in you. They've got to know basically that they're going to be entertained for 3 hours or 2.5 hours, and that's what the wrestling business makes it tick.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and is your NWA TNA Anniversary Show main event of the evening. About to make his way to the ring, being accompanied by Vince Russo. He is the current, reigning, and defending NWA Heavyweight Champion of the World. This is the phenomenal AJ Styles.
Well, I guess we're going to find out the answer to the question that we've been waiting for all night. Who's the mystery partner for AJ Styles? And there you see him wearing the NWA World Heavyweight Championship belt that he won 1 week ago.
Looks like the champion's had a makeover there, Mike.
Russo's got a microphone. I guess Russo's going to make the big announcement. Who's the mystery partner for Styles?
Now it's time for the mystery partner. There's a few things I'd like to say about this guy. Number one, he's a scumbag. He's a degenerate. He's a scum of the earth. And guess what? He's a lot like me. And tonight, he is in my corner. Freaks and geeks, give it up for Sean Waltman Six-Pack!
How the hell did he pull this off?
No way!
How the hell did Russo do it?
They hate each other! There is no way! He swore he would never!
That's what he told the world!
Never!
That he'd have nothing to do with Russo! Well, where is he?
Yeah! What's going on?
What's going on here? Where is he? But the look on the face of AJ Styles, we had heard earlier that Styles didn't even know.
He is here! There he is!
Oh my God! Russo, how did he do it?
No way did Russo pull that off!
I mean, we've heard for months. What was the one thing that Sean Waltman, Six-Pack always said? I want nothing to do with Vince Russo.
I was right there in the room when he walked out, when he found out Vince was coming back.
And what did he say? He said, never!
Never!
We were shocked a week ago with Russo's association with AJ Styles. And we've been shocked again because Russo's recruited Sean Waltman. My God!
No way! I'm starting to...
And here they come! You want to talk history? Teaming for the first time ever! Sting and Jeff Jarrett. Sting is back! His first U.S. match in well over 2 years, and here we go!
Well, I'll tell you what, AJ Styles, you've just been introduced to Sting! Oh, man! And Jeff Jarrett's giving it to Six-Pack over there in the corner! Whoa!
There's the meeting of the minds! What a team this is! Jeff Jarrett and Sting. Talk about all the title reigns that they've had.
Well, there's no doubt who this crowd's pulling for. Look at that, Sting just taking the blows by AJ. Wow, but you can see the agility of AJ Styles. He's not champ for nothing.
And now uninvited, but joining us here at the broadcast table, I guess is going to be Vince Russo. Here it is! Is he going to turn it for the Scorpion? Can he turn it? Oh! Too close to the ropes. Styles gets the rope break.
I'll tell you what, if there's anybody that can figure Sting out quickly, it will be AJ Styles, because he is, I've got to say it, one of the best I've ever seen, but he's taking on one of
the best on. He is the best on. And Mike, I'm back sitting next to you. Your worst nightmare. You never thought I was going to return. Kiss my big ass.
You guys want me to sit in between you guys?
Look at him. Look at the showboat. That's why he's not a champion.
Yeah, look what's happening outside the ring. Sting taking care of your man, AJ Styles. Russo, how did you do it? Yes. How did you convince Sean Waltman Six-Pack? He said he'd never be associated with you.
Because I'm magical. I'm magical. I'm Disney. I make dreams come true.
Look out right here at the broadcast table. Sting's got Styles.
No. He is out of control. He is out of control. Go back to where you came from.
Thank God he's out of control.
I'll tell you what, he just looked you right in the eye there.
Yeah, and you watch Russo back up. Jarrett in the ring. Gonna put the Six-Pack, he's got it set. Him. Look at the ring positioning, perfectly executed. Got him in the middle of the ring.
Okay, they have to gel as a team, Mike. The first time they're teaming together, a little off sync. Nothing to worry about.
Well, they're both in trouble. They're both on the defensive.
There's no trouble.
Here's a pin. Shoulders are down. A kick out on Six-Pack. Yeah. Look at this springboard.
Oh, AJ hit it perfectly.
There it is, baby. That's why he's the champ, Mike, today.
Up in the lights, AJ Styles dropped the leg across Jarrett to break up the figure 4.
That's what I said all along. He's young. He's got the stamina. He could outgo both Jarrett and Sting.
Well, I've got to give you the credit, Vince Russo. You picked a winner there in AJ Styles. He's done it all in NWA TNA.
Including winning the NWA World's Heavyweight title from Jeff Jarrett 1 week ago here at the TNA Asylum. Tag is into the new World's Champ.
Don't let him take. That Jarrett doesn't learn today. He doesn't learn. He keeps coming up and coming up when the stupid son of a bitch needs to stay down.
Oh, man.
That's it, baby. Think about that.
What a knee to the face there by AJ Styles. Here it is.
Off the knee drop, the pin attempt, and a 2 count for Styles on Jarrett.
Oh, that's going to hurt.
I'll tell you what, it's almost like a different AJ Styles we're seeing in the ring right now.
Because you got the champion, Don. Now he's a champion. I was the missing piece of that puzzle.
You brainwashed the kid is what you did.
Oh,
full kick by AJ.
Yeah, AJ. Keep it coming. Keep it coming.
There's no denying how good AJ Styles is in the ring. That's never been questioned. But he's been brainwashed by you.
He didn't have the black heart. Now he's got the black heart. No mercy, no remorse, no regrets.
Six-Pack coming back in here. Let's see if he can get
Look
a
at
momentum this time.
Now they're working like a machine, a well-oiled machine.
Oh, Jarrett sent to the ropes, and he locks the sleeper hold on Jarrett.
You know, one of the best matches I saw here was an X-Division title match between Six-Pack and AJ Styles.
And now they're on the same side because of Vince Russo.
Who brought this guy Sting in? I thought he was retired living in San Diego someplace. What is he doing in my asylum?
Off the spin heel kick.
One,
the pin
two.
It's all. No, only 2.
You can see the Walt thought he had the pin right there.
Yeah,
Whoa.
Look at Sean Walmy. He is owning Jarrett right now today.
Oh, buddy, that was wicked.
Quickly snaps off the leg drop. Another pin attempt and another 2 count.
Oh.
Yeah.
Total lack of respect for Sting.
Right.
It's just what you would expect.
Because respect gets you nowhere. Jarrett respected his fans, and where did it get him today?
Was this part of the plan, Vince, to keep to keep Jarrett out in the ring and keep Sting out of it?
You're damn right it was part of the plan because I want Jarrett punished.
Sleeper hold applied. AJ Styles on Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah, well, they ain't gonna get Sting.
Fans here at the TNA Asylum. They're on their feet at the Asylum, and they're chanting for Sting.
I guarantee you Jeff Jarrett wants Sting in that ring right now.
Can Jarrett get back up to a vertical base? Can Jarrett make his way to the corner and get the tag into Sting?
He's got to fight through the pain. That's the former champion right there.
Ducks the clothesline.
Oh,
what
man.
a mid-ring collision. Both going for the clothesline, and both connected, and both are down. Referee Rudy Charles puts in the count.
Yeah, look,
Who's going to get to
AJ,
his feet
who
first?
do you think? The young kid, AJ with the stamina. Get to his feet first. There it is.
Six-Pack in. He's the legal man. Oh, and he's going to cut off the ring and keep Jarrett in the corner. Jarrett tries to fight out.
He
Oh,
does.
boom. What is that?
There's the
What is that?
Sting, right hand, running chop, right hand for Waltman, down goes Styles. Sting is in control. Gonna set him up for the splash, possibly. He shoots Styles into the corner. Here it goes. Stinger splash. Stinger splash in the corner for one.
Come on now.
Stinger splash for Six-Pack in the opposite corner.
Oh!
Clipped him, took out the leg.
No.
They're trying to hold on this puppy again.
Get the ropes, AJ.
The big step there it
Get the
is.
ropes, AJ.
He's got him hooked in the middle of the ring.
There it is.
No. Look
Wait
out.
a minute.
Six-pack.
Had the bat.
Baseball bat to the back of the head of Sting.
Yeah, and who brought the bat to the ring today? A little taste of his own medicine.
Well, that's something that you've been familiar with the last few weeks too, Vince.
I've got a license to carry this weapon, Wes.
Sharpshooter type move applied here by Styles on Sting.
Oh, man. Look at the strength of Sting, though, as he's fighting it.
Sting trying to
AJ bears him right back down.
I think he just tapped.
The leg strength of Sting as he reaches down deep, breaks up the hold, shoots Styles across the ring.
You gotta think that Sting's gotta be impressed with this young kid.
Yeah, you bet he's impressed. And Sting didn't know what he was getting when he set foot into the asylum tonight. Now he's rethinking it.
Oh, wow, six-pack, the legal man. Styles charges across the ring, takes Jarrett down to the floor to avoid Sting being able to make the tag.
It's unbelievable. These two have never worked as a team before. And look at them today. Look how well oiled and greased.
Oh, they did it.
Perfect double team with the double team. Yeah, well, they just got both well oiled, and they just got greased with the double clothesline.
Whoa! The experience of Sting came through on that.
Jarrett trying to make his way back up to the corner.
Yeah. Yeah, what, you're going to tell me now these people love Jarrett again today? Now they love him again? Now they want the hot tag to Jarrett?
Sting's got a ball!
He dropped the boat!
The entire crowd on their feet!
Jarrett extends the hand. Can Sting get to the corner? Can Sting get the freshman Jeff Jarrett into the battle? He's laid out both Styles and six-pack. He's down just a couple of feet away from the tag. He rolls to the corner.
He's got it!
Tag is into Jarrett. Can Jarrett put him away? Styles to the right.
Kick by Jeff!
Drop kick on the money.
And another!
Incredible elevation from Jarrett. Great leg strength from Jarrett on the drop kicks.
He didn't hold that heavyweight championship 7 months for nothing, guys. Oh, Russo's plan has just gone in disarray right here, Mike.
Yeah, Russo's left the broadcast position. Russo baseball bat in hand. Look out. Oh, from behind.
Six-pack nailed him.
Yeah, he did from behind, and six-pack take out Jarrett. Sting gets in the ring. All 4 men in the battle. Sting to the corner, mount on six-pack. Styles ducks the Jarrett clothesline. Jarrett ducks the... Oh, my God!
The referee just got creamed by AJ Styles with Jarrett. Done.
The Styles super kick takes referee Rudy Charles to the floor.
Oh, AJ gets out of it. Now he's giving it to Jeff, and he gets out of it, Mike.
There's the straw, planted him with it.
Here it is. He's got it.
Referee's knocked out.
No referee's in.
Oh, no, no!
No!
God, Russo with the bat. Russo with the baseball bat shot.
There's Raven. Raven.
He said he wanted Russo's blood on his hands.
He's got
this
it.
is his
He's letting him
chance.
have it. Oh, Raven gives it to AJ.
He's going to DDT him here.
Wait a minute, it's Shane Douglas again.
Damn, Shane Douglas in to break it up. And Shane Douglas and Raven fight up on the ramp.
What is that all about? Referee Rudy Charles is still out.
Look out. Styles goes to the top.
No.
Jarrett got the boot up. God, look out.
Man.
Sting just dropped six-pack on the table. Stroke in the ring. Rudy Charles is still knocked out on the floor.
Six-pack has just been leveled, and Sting's gonna get him again.
Sting's got the chair.
Oh, welcome back to TNA.
Referee in the ring.
No, wait a minute.
Did he get 3?
No, he only got 2.
Damn, only 2.
I can't figure out which action to follow, Mike.
Jarrett fires Styles into the corner.
Oh, what an elbow there by AJ.
Got the elbow up. Jarrett gonna try and take Styles off the middle rope.
As Raven and Shane Douglas fight back into the ring.
Throw off the middle rope. 2 and
he's in.
The winners of the match, the team of Jeff Jarrett and Sting.
And Russo immediately to the attack.
Somebody stop that
Baseball
son of
bat.
a bitch.
Choking the life out of Jarrett.
You know, a lot of people say the wrestling business is cyclical. I say bull to that. It's when the promoters get lazy. Promoters rest on yesterday's news. You can't do that in any form of entertainment. I mean, Elvis was here, Michael Jackson took it here. Michael Jackson here, I mean, it's just gonna keep going of the king of pop. Well, in wrestling, you know, it had a real tough time in the early 70s, but the promoters across the country educated themselves, got very smart, swapped talent back and forth, really put their mind to it, protected their business with their lives, built a real foundation, a real core, worked hard at it. Really, there was promoters all across the country that worked their ass off, and they had built their audience, TV and technology, and they were presenting wrestling different. They had music videos and flashy tights, and storylines were pushing the edge a little more, just like it was in the late 90s. Just like it was in the late 80s, and cable television took it to a whole nother level that, you know, you went from 22 regional promotions in the 80s, and literally overnight, Vince McMahon and Ted Turner had USA Network and TBS, and you could run the country. And that changed the business forever. The internet is doing the exact same thing. I did an interview in 1992, 93 with a guy in Florida, and we've since talked about this. I said there'll come a day when there will be professional wrestling live on the internet every night. We're not far off right now. The technology is there. The appetite is there. The presentation has to be right, the promotion has to be right, but it's just how we present it. So the golden age of wrestling, it was the culmination of a lot of hard work in that mid-'80s stretch. And then just as soon as those guys got it to the peak, and all those promoters, and my dad was one of them, they all sort of wanted to rest on their laurels. But there was a guy by the name of Vincent K. McMahon who said, screw y'all. I'm taking advantage of cable television. Ted Turner, they weren't in the wrestling business. They just had a show on. Georgia Championship Wrestling. They weren't thinking like Vince was thinking. They weren't even coming close to thinking. Vince came along and said, I'm gonna run the country. And he did. And he took Hulk Hogan, Thunder Lips off of Rocky. He yanked the belt off Bob Backlund, and the rest is history. Vince is a genius of a promoter, but what he did back then he had balls. He wasn't the smartest guy in the world, but he had balls, and he took it to a level that's never been seen before. Fast forward 20 years, TNA's gonna do that.